best not miss. What's going on, my people? What's going on? Yeah, yeah. One. Shout out to my people. What's going down? What's going down? Listen, I will say it's hot out here. I'm not joking. It's a little bit too hot out here. You guys know I'm gonna pause the show if I can't find my car. Okay, here we go. But yes, shout out to all of my people, my day ones and my stay ones. A day I wanted to try to be positive and say something like a day headed in a better direction than we were yesterday. But uh I don't know. Is that the way this thing is going? Is that the way this thing is going? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. It looks like we are headed into a place where everybody's opinions is getting them in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Um we're going to stay the course. We're going to continue chopping it up like we've been chopping it up, discussing what we've been discussing as it pertains to all of the things that cause major breakthroughs and impacts in our life. Listen, you can get caught up. You really can. You can get caught up in everybody else's thing, and it could take you off of the path that you were on, and it only took you one more swing at the back to have your breakthrough. But you got caught up on something somebody else was doing on social media. That's why we definitely have to learn to stay the course of our path. There is a lot of things that's going on social media. And I will say this though, I do want you guys to be safe. I do want you to pay attention to what's going on in the world because that way you know what potential things can affect you. What things are a potential threat to you in your life. Because there are some things that I will say, the Charlie Kirk situation, things like that. If we are educated about it, it can help us see potential threats that are byproducts of that situation that could impact our lives. So things are happening. I do want you guys to be alert and aware of those things, but I also want you to not get submerged in it, get drowned in that stuff, because that's not your thing. You guys have other things going on. You guys are building businesses. You guys are driving trucks. You guys are being excellent parents. Don't listen. I'm telling you, that Charlie Kirk thing. It is associated with high levels of dark energy. The energy is dark because whenever you have large masses of hate taking place, negative energy and hate, that's what you want to stay away from. And there's a lot of that going on right now. There's a lot of that going on right now on social media. People are getting death threats. Um, Miss Janet in this situation rocking with us. You already know what it is. Nah, we're not doing like that. Not doing it like that. Right. But yeah, we're gonna stay the course. Shout out to Ray Finch in this situation, rocking with us. Mike Check in this situation. Yeah, okay. Matter of fact, let's get our people on because we're gonna dive right on into this thing. We're gonna dive right on into this thing. Let's get I call them the dysfunctionals. Let's get the dysfunctionals on here. We're gonna pull people up today. I want to see not only are they aware, but if they're willing to acknowledge. I think that's one of the really coolest things about this show. It gives people an opportunity to see where they might be jamming themselves up at. And the reason that the information, what in the world? Has TikTok changed something up? I think they have. No, that's what that is. I want to try something today. I'm not going to do that. I was about to try because I'm actually on an old TikTok account that I don't even remember I had. But let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's bring the dysfunctionals in. heck is they did switch something up. I don't know what the heck is up with this. It's all right. I guess I could say I like it a little bit. I guess I like it. They're switching this thing up. They're switching everything up, people. Everything is getting switched up. But listen, I had some thoughts today that crossed my mind. And it's about different thought processes. In my head, it started out like this. We're not going to talk about the Charlie Kirk situation, but in my head, I was thinking how so many millions of people, black, white, Mexican, millions of people are saying Charlie Kirk was pressing hate speech. But there's a whole different side that's saying, no, he wasn't. He loved God. And I started thinking to myself, how can people be seeing so far in contrast to one another, right? Even if you're not going to call him a racist, you could at least say he was offensive, right? But no, that's not good enough. He was a saint. So there's millions of people saying that this guy was high level offensive. But then there's a group of people who say, no, he wasn't. So it causes you to think. It causes you to say, how can one group of people be seeing human beings with eyeballs, be seeing so differently than another large group of people? And then it hit me. It's similar to when we deal with these women. How can women not be seeing that if you're not turning yourself into someone who's very intentional about selecting a life partner at an early age, the older you get, the worse it gets? How can such a large number of women not be seeing this? Right? I really want to answer to this. How can women not be seeing that, no, my mom raised us by herself, and I'm talking about she never ended up with a husband? You're seeing all of these things. And I'm going to tell some of you ladies something else. A lot of you who had that rough around the edge mom, she might, I wish the fuck you would. She might, rough, a little bit rough around the edges when she wanted to be. Did you know that a lot of that had nothing to do with you? If God could allow you to count the amount of times that your mom may have went off on you due to how she really feels about her not having a man, her not being selected, her being by herself, you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked how many times you've gotten in trouble or you bumped head with your mom just because she's feeling some way about being alone. See, that thing comes back and it hits you periodically. It hits you. You don't just stay loving all throughout 365 days a year. You think that it doesn't hit you. You think you don't get depressed. You think that you don't get irritated when you look up and you realize that you don't have a man, when you look up and you getting that actual itch, things like that. Why do you think so many of these women are resorting to, I don't need a man? Is because if you don't tell yourself that, you could get caught up in a lifelong bout of depression. You could become a very, very, very bitter person, blaming things on other people. Men ain't shit. Women who you typically hear saying things like that, these are women who weren't able to score, and it does not feel good. Listen, I'm a man, and I'll tell you this. If I couldn't score with women, that wouldn't feel good. Listen, here's what would make it worse. If I had to come to grips and be honest and tell myself this: there's 20 million African American men. 20 million. If I have not been able to get any of them to select me, there's something wrong with me. Who the heck do you think wants to say something like that? The average person is not going to say it. That's your answer. The average person is not going to say it. The average person, in order to keep from feeling bad about the things that they've done in life that they know are a direct result to them being by themselves, they're not going to say it. You already feel bad enough that you're by yourself. You already feel bad enough behind that. And then you're going to kick your own self between the legs? No, somebody else has to take that blame. Somebody else has to take that blame. What we don't understand, I'm telling you, it's a very, very stark contrast between people who say, Charlie Kirk was offensive to black people and this and this and that. Even if you don't go so far as to say he was racist. Most people, there should be 100% of people who could say he was offensive. But it's not. There's a large group of people who are telling those people, no, you're not seeing it correctly. He was a saint, good Christian man. I couldn't figure that out. And it hit me in the head. It's the same thing with women. They're taking themselves delusional. They're taking themselves delusional. After all of these women have seen their girlfriends end up going on 10, 15-year stretches without a man. Listen, I'm telling you right now, a lot of these women, it's not even 10 and 15-year stretches. A lot of you women have girlfriends who would be utterly shocked if they saw you in a relationship anytime soon due to what they know about you and due to what they know about your dating life. You haven't been in a long-term relationship for some years. Why would it not be shocking for her to all of a sudden you're in a relationship? Because that's not the way it's ending. It's not turning out that way. These women are going on long stretches of time without being in relationships. What I mean when I say a relationship, I'm not talking about somebody who comes through and busts you down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a relationship to where your family is crazy about this guy. His family is crazy about you. You guys probably have keys to each other's houses, right? You guys take each other out in public. It is known that you two are a commodity. Do you know how long it has been since some of these women have experienced that? Right? It starts to affect them. It starts to affect them because there are multiple components that come with that. When I say that there's multiple components that come with that, it's the self-accountability that comes with it. I must acknowledge that if there's millions of men on this planet and I haven't been able to get one of them to lock me down, something's wrong with me. Now, who the heck wants to say that? Average person's not going to say it. So that's why the late, great Kevin Samuels came up with sign language. Shame, insults, guilt, need to be right. Because all of those things are better than saying something's wrong with me. Why do you think men are getting shamed? Why do you think men are getting shamed now for dating younger women? It has nothing to do with the women are just concerned for the well-being of the young girls. It has nothing to do with that. They're not, well, we just want to make sure that, these 25-year-old girls aren't getting taken of it. No, you guys don't even like each other. You're not out for her well-being. Shout out to Bishop up in this situation, rocking with us, supporting the show already. My bro. Good conversation yesterday too, brother. Shout out to Carl, my long-lost brother. Carl said, I thought they were just trying to protect them. So yeah. That's what it is. That's all it is. That's the reason that they try to shame older men out of dating young women and young women out of dating older men, because it's their heart is in the right place, you know. Their heart is in the right place, and they just want to make sure that we all have good intentions towards each other, right? That's what this is about. But I'll say this to you. Not everybody sees it like that.
Reason why someone that's 45 is trying to talk to you, you're young.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Controversial take. I think women only have these opinions now because women have focused more on their careers, education, and being independent. They're older in age, and now they're pushing these agenda more only because they're now at an age to settle down now, where they're in their 30s. You guys.
Now we're gonna start this over.
Reason why someone that's 45 is trying to talk to you, you're young.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Controversial take. I think women only have these opinions now because women have focused more on their careers, education, and being independent. They're older in age, and now they're pushing these agenda more only because they're now at an age to settle down now, where they're in their 30s. You guys are all against these men dating younger women because it takes options away from you guys. Guys your age now will go date younger women.
Oh, I didn't know.
No one wants to admit that. For every young woman that you see getting snatched up, listen, we're going to do this correctly. The issue is this. For every young woman that older women see getting snatched up by an older man, to them that represents one less man my age for me. They hate it. They absolutely hate it. Listen, imagine that you've already been doing bad on the dating field, but then you're seeing these young, tight-bodied, no children, beautiful, succulent, right? You're seeing these girls are starting to jump heavily on men's radar, and here's the worst part. You know you can't compete with these girls. Even inside of your delusion, you know you can't compete with them. So it's offensive. It's offensive. I want to play this again.
Someone that's 45 is trying to talk to you, you're young.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Controversial take. I think women only have these opinions now because women have focused more on their careers, education, and being independent. They're older in age, and now they're pushing these agenda more only because they're now at an age to settle down now, where they're in their 30s. You guys are all against these men dating younger women because it takes options away from you guys. Guys your age now will go date younger women.
Oh, I didn't know.
For every young girl who becomes more interested in dating older men, older women must play or hate on that situation, because those are older women's options. Older men are traditionally older women's options. So what happens when these young women, who the older women, even in their delusional state of mind, know they can't compete with? These girls have perky tatas. I'm talking about with the headlights that point straight out, right? Stomachs are tight, no scars on the stomach, no wrinkles on the stomach. They could wear two-piece bathing suits, right? They haven't been corrupted yet. They don't have any children yet. Older women hate it because there is no competition. There is no competition at all. They can't talk the men out of dating those women. They can't talk those women out of dating the men. So the only other option is to be pissed off about it. That's all that is to that. That's all there is to that.
Are some older women trying to warn younger girls about messing with older men because they genuinely trying to help them? Yes. But you're a liar to sit up and act like there's not some old...
We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm your Huckleberry. What in the world? There we go. I kind of like Dana. She doesn't really mess with me, but I kind of rock with her. She gives it to both sides.
Are some older women trying to warn younger girls about messing with older men because they genuinely trying to help them? Yes. But you're a liar to sit up and act like there's not some older women who are bitter and mad. And they're upset at the fact that the men around their age are attracted to girls younger, and those younger girls are taking those older men from being options for them.
Hey, Hey, where's my show enough button? You guys remember The Last Dragon? Stings a little, don't it? That stings. To know that your dating track record has already suggested that you're not doing well on the dating highway, right? With the available men. Durst there become an epidemic where women who you already know you cannot compete with on a bad day are coming in and becoming interested in dating the men who are the only options that you have left. I could see how that could incite hate. I could. Think about what I'm saying to you. These women are already having a tough time on the dating highway. Now, that's just on a normal. That's without the handicap of these young, beautiful women. It's called age gap dating, people. It's been around since the beginning of time, but it's becoming more and more and more popular because these younger women are starting to, this is not gold digging. They're starting to become somewhat of sapiosexuals. They're starting to become attracted to older men's levels of intelligence. Think about it. Think about being a younger woman and you're dating someone who seems to have all of the answers to your life's dilemmas. Your life's dilemmas to him at the age of 28, he can pull solutions to those off the back of his hand without even having to think real hard about it. Why? He's dealt that thing that you're stuck with, that dilemma you're stuck on right now. He's dealt with something similar to that like 15 times from the time he was your age on up to the age he's at right now. He is Superman now. He seems to have the answer to almost your every toughest obstacle. You don't see how that could get a woman's ta-ta wet? He is Superman. See, I'm going to tell you another shaming tactic. Those of you who want your comments read, hit the super chat or the Cash App, the Real Stacey Prince or the PayPal. If you want your comments read, hit the Cash App. Shout out to my bro Greg Biggs up in this situation. My guy, you already know what it is. How do I know? Because I've done it. I had a 28-year-old. And the comparison is uncanny. It's uncanny. When they take their clothes off, it seems like nothing budges. Nothing budges. Their energy is different because they haven't experienced so much abuse on the dating highway. Their energy is different. There's smiling taking place. There's smiling and laughing taking place. Right? And I'm talking about the different type of smiling. I'm talking about the genuine smiling that you're even around this man. They're impressed at your knowledge. They're impressed at your knowledge. A lot of people like to associate it with gold digging. Listen, let's be honest. One of man's duties is to be able to make life easier on a woman. So what are you guys talking about? Men get abused with the older, broken down women as it pertains to money. So what are you talking about? What that is a shaming tactic. Women have to say these things in order to not have to come to the definitive that we are losing our men all around. There's some of them who won't date African American women anymore. There's some of them who have permanently moved overseas. There's the passport bros. There's the SYSBM. And now you mean to tell me women who we know on our absolute best day. I am talking about 5 minutes fresh from the beauty salon, from the mani-pedi salon, 5 minutes fresh from it. I can't stand next to this girl when she's just rolling out of the bed. I could see that becoming kind of irritating. And that's what we're talking about today, people. That's what we're talking about today. You guys played yourselves. You played yourselves. When you, the women who you know you're no competition for today, when you were their age, you were playing games. You didn't latch on to an older man who was a suitable someone to see you through to the end of life. You wanted to get stretched out by all of the D-boys. You wanted to get stretched out by all of the, people at the office, the people who had the higher paying job. You wanted to get passed around, right? You wanted to play games. You weren't as aggressive as you needed to be about finding you someone who was going to be that serious situation for you that would allow you to achieve a long-term life partner. After you had all of your fun, though, here's the kicker. After you had all of your fun, after you've had 2 abortions, after you've caught herpes, after several of the factors have come in that allow even you to understand you've experienced certain circumstances along your journey on the dating highway that even in your eyes, you have to admit, would make it exponentially more difficult for you to achieve a life partner. Now you're bitter. You're bitter. And now you see these men are gravitating towards these women and it does not feel good. Let's go.
That's a real thing. And so when men have this conversation, they be like, y'all older women just be bitter and mad. It's valid because, yeah, there are some that are. Now, just because you're not, don't mean that it's not a real thing. Like, I'm not jealous of younger girls who get older men. I love that for them if that's what they want to do, just not too young. When it start getting weird where he could be your daddy, yeah, it get a little questionable. Still, really, at the end of the day, it's still not my business, right? But nevertheless, you can tell usually who these women are who really be bitter and mad because they're in competition with these younger girls. These are older women who still go around trying to act, talk, and do the things that younger girls do because they're in direct competition with them trying to get those men. Right?
Look at how they dress. Look at how women in their 40s and 50s are dressing. How can you be in your 50s and you're running around with this much cleavage hanging out? Aren't you someone's grandmother? I'm not saying get old and just DIE. Get old and just don't have any excitement in your life. Get old and just don't be alive. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying ages are reserved for specific times in your life. At the age of 50, you should very well know who you are. You likely have grandchildren. So if you have grandchildren, that means you're a grandmother. If you're a grandmother, you should probably be acting like one, right? People, what the hell is going on? Listen, that somebody popped up on me. Listen, check it out, people. Listen, you guys remember when it didn't really work. You guys remember we were trying to do the Uber experiment to see if we could talk to people and have it on camera and stuff? I think one of the people around that time, one of the people just popped up. It didn't really work. The concept was good, but Trent, shout out to Trent over here in this situation. The concept was really good. I really wish that thing could have worked. I really wish that thing could have worked because what we wanted We wanted to get real live data from people. We wanted data from real live people. But when I got the Uber account, come to find out, it goes against Uber's policy to be asking certain questions and things like that. I would love to be Ubering right now. I'm not going to lie. I had a time doing that. Shout out to Trent over here in this situation, rocking with us. He just flashed me back. For real. It's like I just jumped in a time machine, seriously. Hey, Trent, I want you to hit that notification button, subscribe to the show. Make sure you get alerts whenever we go on. I tell men this: focus on your purpose. Become something that is valuable to the world, because it is then that you get your select of women. And I'm not talking about so you can become somebody's sugar daddy, things like that. I'm not talking about that. Listen, let's be real. Let's talk about this if we're going to talk about it. I appreciate it, my brother. This thing of gold digger and being a trick, that thing gets thrown out there way too broadly. There is nothing wrong with turning yourself into a modern day superhero. We do these things because we desire to be looked up to. And in a lot of cases, these women aren't gold digging. We know who the gold diggers are. It's very apparent. But there's also a difference between turning yourself into the caliber of man that most women would find admirable. Most women would be able to look and respect. See, that's a whole completely different thing. And these older women hate that because, see, they abused these men. Listen, we don't have it right now. Man, stop playing. Give me that thing. That's just my baby mama. Man, sit it right there. What is wrong with you? You act like I work for the president. What's up with this? What are you doing? I didn't get this much respect when we was together. You leaving? You leaving? Hater? You ain't gonna come say hello? Act like I work for the Secret Services. Shout out to my people over here. Terlonquist in this situation, dropping off super chat with us. Hold on. I appreciate the show support. Let's get this thing going. But listen, I want you guys to turn yourself into, but it's not for the women. See, here's what people don't want to acknowledge. Men, we come from God Almighty with a download that self-installs inside of us once we hit the age of accountability. What that download does, it prompts us to start getting serious about turning ourselves into the caliber of man who is about his purpose. See, the women and things like that, that's a bonus. Men are supposed to turn themselves into something that resembles a superhero. Men are supposed to know how to change a tire. Men are supposed to be able to be asked questions and somewhat have at least a decent gist of an answer to give, right? That's who we are. So don't let people shame you and make it seem like you turned yourself into something so you could get women. No, that is our download. Let me say it better than that. That's our update. Men hit an age where our update kicks in. We are supposed to start resembling something that the world can respect. And just so happen as a byproduct of it, women are somebody. We're supposed to turn ourselves into something that people can respect. Women are people. So that's just a bonus. Men do these things so we can feel like men. And as a byproduct, it attracts the opposite sex, right? But listen, let's go.
That's the easiest way to tell the ones who are in competition with younger girls and the ones that's going to be bitter and mad, because they are in competition with these girls. Therefore, the information that they give these younger girls is not coming from a pure place. It's coming from a place of them being mad because they taking their men.
Listen, you guys know, we've done shows where I have told you guys that there are a lot of cases where the biggest player hater to some of these girls are right in their homes. It's their mom. It's their mom. I don't want to go as far as to say she's doing it on purpose because she wants her daughter to have a bad life outcome. It's not that. But you have to think, when there's been no man in the house and it's just been you and her, you have become her confidant. You have become her best friend. You have become her ace boon coon, right? Now here comes Tavares. She's just graduated. Handsome. And he looks like he has a bright future, right? Mom, what you think about Tavares? I mean, he's all right. He's all right. She's not going to oversell him, though. The reason she's not going to oversell Tavares to you is because Tavares is a threat. If this relationship gets too serious, Tavares is going to take my best friend away from me. My confidant, the person who I lean on when the reality of me being single for the last 20 years starts to getting me down and depressed. I can always talk to my daughter. We have some instances where the daughter and the mom will be on the couch and the daughter will lay her head in her daughter, the mom will lay her head in her daughter's lap. Fall asleep as they were talking about something emotional or whatever. That's why some of you won't do the right thing and put your sons out of the house at the age where we know a boy is supposed to be put out of the house. I don't mean just throw him out. I mean, prepare him to start having his own things so he can start functioning like a man in society, right? And give him a deadline. Do you know why these women won't do that? Because it feels too much like divorce. Kicking her son husband out? Oh, yeah, okay. See how many of them do that? People, a lot of this unsavory behavior that you're seeing, and I'm going to go directly to the African American community this time. A lot of the unsavory behavior that you're seeing outside of the things that African Americans have been through, African American women have an extra component that keeps them down even more. They have turned themselves into something that is undesirable in the eyes of most men. Now, how the hell could that feel good to anybody? We're talking about going decades being single, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Of course, you have your little flings here and there, things of that nature. It doesn't feel good. But here's the even worse part. You weren't willing to do the work that is required for you to start resembling something that could be attractive in the eyes of a man. It's only work. It's only work. Get anger management. Stop drinking. Some of the things that men have told you are keeping them from locking you down. Address them. Address them. That way you won't have to be impeding upon your son's life. You won't have to be who was that? I wish I could pull that up right now. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull it up. Don't go anywhere. TikTok is going to freeze for just a second. There it is. I want to show you guys. Okay, there we go. One more second. I'm uploading it now. This is absolutely insane to me. When I heard it, I was like, yeah, this can't be real. But then, see, we have the information today to understand that this is literally, a lot of you already know where I'm going with this. A lot of you already know. We have the information today to understand that this is real and that this is happening. All right. This is what these women have done. And here's the crazier part. You didn't have to be single parent moms. You didn't have to be single parent moms. That's the thing. For those of you who would say that you can quite possibly understand something, well, she is a single parent mom. You didn't have to be. It is so easy to not be a single parent mom. It is so easy. I want you guys to listen to this.
I have a lot of respect for Jalen, and it's not just. Hold up. Hi, mommy.
I didn't know it, but I'm still, as you can see, I'm still having trouble processing this to this day. Listen to this. This is a grown man. This is a grown man.
I have a lot of respect for Jalen, and it's not just. Hold up. Hi, mommy. Yes.
That grown man picked up that phone and said, "Hi, mommy." This is what you people are doing to these. This is a grown kid. Hi, mommy. During an NBA interview.
No, I'm in media. I'm in media. Nah, I wasn't in it. Nah.
You notice how she doesn't care that he's even in the middle of media? This is what has happened. Women have turned these boys into their son husbands.
It's all good, Mom. All right. Sorry. What'd you say?
For those of you who have seen that, if you go down to the comments, there's other women saying, "Oh, amazing son. Look at the love." Now that's how you're supposed to reverence your mom. No, it's not. A mom is supposed to have consideration to know you're interfering with my job. Listen, do you guys have any clue how serious they are, how serious the NBA is about those press conferences? They're so serious about it that if I'm not mistaken, it's mandatory. It's mandatory. You can't just decide, I don't want to do a press conference today. This is what's happening. These women have blew it. So they're locking in with their sons. It's very apparent. Yeah. My bro said, son husbandry. Hello, mommy. Are you kidding me? It's a grown man. I'd love to know how he functions in his own personal relationships. I'd love to be a fly on that wall. Hi, mommy. This man is every bit of 27 years old. Hi, mommy. That woman done created her a lifelong relationship. If my behavior is so obtrusive that it runs men off, at least I got my boy. Listen, and I'm telling you something. Donna said his poor wife. Yeah. You better know if that boy is married or if he has a serious relationship, you better know his mom runs that relationship. You'd better know it. You'd better know that he'll get rid of that relationship if his mom hints to it. But see, all of that is due to what these women have done to themselves. They weren't serious enough about life when they were supposed to be very serious about life. These are curses that are being passed down. These are curses that are being passed down. Because of the life decisions that you made, I don't care what it was. You were kind of an evil person, uncooperative person. Therefore, men just couldn't find it in themselves to take you serious, lock you down on a serious level. And now in the later years of your life, when it's very apparent that you need someone, now your son is having to suffer for it. And he doesn't even know that he's suffering. Just based on how you've raised him, he doesn't even know that it's not supposed to be that way between you guys' relationship dynamic. He doesn't even know, because it's the only form of relationships that he knows is you. Can you imagine how she's governed his dating life? Especially when he wasn't old enough to make those decisions on his own. I'm telling you guys now. Shout out to Victor Soto in this situation, kicking the door down with some support. My brother. Seeing a lot of my day ones pop up today. Yeah. E now up in this mother. I appreciate it. TikTok been showing some love. I appreciate the support, people. Listen, I want to say this to my TikTok people. You guys rock it, with the show support. But it's different from over here on this monitor. It's a lot different. You guys pop up on the monitor like this. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So don't think, even if sometimes I'm not able to thank each and every individual person, I rock with you guys. Shout out to E now, rocking with us again. My bro. But listen, let's get back to this thing. Those decisions, ladies, you guys, most of you are not in your 20s at all. So you guys know that this is a solution-based show. Some of you dropped the ball. You messed up pretty significantly, and you still want relationships. You'd better fix yourself. That funky attitude that you have. You know you have a funky attitude. People have told you. And listen, those of you who you can't be wrong, you know everything, it is not in a man's biology to be able to stay around that for long. I'm telling you this. A man cannot stay around that type of behavior for too long because it resembles us. We are the ones that fix problems. That's how we were designed. But you know everything. Fix that. We have ChatGPT today. We have Grok today. You guys can get online and find the help that you need for almost any type of situation that you're dealing with. Listen, you can even ask ChatGPT. For those of you who are compulsive liars, you're out there. For those of you who lie a lot, and you know you lie a lot, some of your friends make fun of you for it. You can get on ChatGPT and have it give you a breakdown of a weekly exercise that you can do to break that habit. Did you know that? Those of you who are uncooperative, you can get on Grok or ChatGPT and have them create exercises for you to where you can start becoming a better person. Because listen, if you've been being the same person for some years and it hasn't permitted someone to bite that hook and lock you down, it's you. Those things that are wrong with you, they are preventing men from seeing any value in you. So those things need fixed. And I'm going to tell you something else. You know, we are a solution-based channel. We are a solution-based channel. Listen, I'm going to tell it to you like this. If you don't fix it, this will be you in your 40s and up.
Come get your stuff from my house, please. Please come get your stuff.
What did I leave over there?
That sock.
I don't want it. You can throw it away.
I'm not throwing away a motherfucking thing, dog. That's your favorite sock. Why would I do that? Then it'll be some motherfucking shit. Because you ain't got to worry about me calling no more. I just need you to come get your shit.
Hold on.
You just want me to come over there.
Please come get this sock. And I tell you one thing, if you don't come get this motherfucking
Hold on,
sock,
we got to acknowledge something over here. If we don't acknowledge anything else. How to show online, people. Let's go.
We'll bring it. Get your stuff from my house, please. Please come get your stuff.
What did I leave over there?
That sock.
I don't want it. You can throw it away.
I'm not throwing away a motherfucking thing, dog. That's your favorite sock. Why would I do that? Then it'll be some motherfucking shit. Because you ain't got to worry about me calling no more. I just need you to come get your shit.
You just want me to come over there.
Please come get this sock. And I tell you one thing, if you don't come get this motherfucking sock, I will bring it to you.
You just want me to come over there?
I want you to come up over here. I don't just want you to come, no motherfucker. Please don't. Please don't. But come get your sock. Please come get this sock out my house. I'm tired of looking at it. Just come get your sock, please. If you don't come get this sock, I'm coming over there.
Don't come over here.
I am.
Why you sound like you about to cry?
I'm motherfucking cry because I'm getting mad because I want you to come get your motherfucking shit out my house, dog.
Listen, I'm telling you, this will, if you don't change, this will be some of you. Now. Hey, Brandy said, wow, the desperation. Hey, listen. Because I know I ain't had nobody else over here. Now you come over here and you get these 2 strands of hair that I seen on my sink. I know they belong to you. I don't want to throw them away because you know that's not godly. So just come over here and get these 2 strands of hair out. Listen, that's when that desperation kicks in. When you look up and you approaching 50 years old, you approaching 43, something like that, and you realize, listen. Hold on, we got to do this. I shouldn't have did that. Where's it at? You goofball. Let me see something. Can I do this? Let me see something. Is that it? Where you at? Nope, that's not it. But we're going to get it. I'm going to get this. Oh, you know what? I know where to get it now. Okay. Let's go. You see your brother calling an audible up here. There it is. Listen, I want you guys to check this out. You guys age out fast at around 40. It gets rough at 40. One of my girls, she's a beautiful, beautiful soul. Beautiful, beautiful soul. She was able to later on rekindle her relationship with her husband. Shout out to Miss Brandy. Do you know how rare that is? Do you have any clue at all? It is over for a lot of you. You don't even know it.
Come get your stuff from my house, please. Please come get your stuff.
What did I leave over there?
That sock.
I don't want it. You can throw it away.
I'm not throwing away a motherfucking thing, dog. That's your favorite sock. Why would I do that? Then it'll be some motherfucking shit. Cause you ain't gotta worry about me calling no more. I just need you to come get your shit.
You just want me to come over there.
Please come get this sock. And I tell you one thing, if you don't come get this motherfucking sock, I will bring it to you.
You just want me to come over there?
I want you to come up over here. I don't just want you to come no motherfucker. Please don't. Please don't. But come get your sock. Please come get this sock out my house. I'm tired of looking at it. Just come get this sock, please. If you don't come get this sock, I'm coming over there.
Don't come over here.
I am.
Why you sound like you about to cry?
Motherfucking cry because I'm getting mad because I want you to come get your motherfucking shit out my house, dog.
Anything, any excuse, just to smell the presence of any man. Because other people who you have been trying to get to feel that hole inside of you, and I don't mean this hole, I mean this hole. They've been coming over, and as soon as they get done, you know what it is. The infamous belt buckle jingle. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, that's when after a man gets done jungle jamming on top of you, he has so little respect for you that soon as that man releases, the first thing that you hear is this. That man reaching for his pants, letting you know he's on his way up out of here. Shit, shorty, what you about to do? It's over for you. You're done. Cooked. You guys put yourselves in this predicament. Listen, this is what I was telling you guys. How can you have been on this planet for 40 years? Saw this relationship, saw how your girl's situation turned out, your moms, your aunties, your granny. You saw this one after another, after another, after another. And there was no notification that went off in your mind that told you, before I fall off, I better get serious about getting me a man. All of these examples throughout the world around us. Nothing prompted you. Sometimes you guys make me think I'm crazy. Let me say it like this. I want to say this like this. I'm fine. I'm fine. A lot of people tell me that. Actually, I'm not even fine. I'm probably a 6. Even I can acknowledge when I'm in front of the mirror, my boobs, I have nice boobs. Even I can acknowledge that. I slipped up, I had one kid, but my body's not messed up. I don't have the stomach that looks like, one of those really old catcher's mitts that's been sitting in bathtub water and then thrown in the dryer and then just left out. My stomach doesn't look like that like most women after a baby. I'm still decent. I'm still decent. My face is attractive. I had better use my current value to purchase me a good man, the best possible man that I can get, opposed to trying to do it when my looks start to fade. You're telling me nobody thinks like that? It's like waiting to go to the Gucci store. Listen, you get your paycheck. It's $7,500. You pay all of your bills. You pay the mortgage, things like that. You have $3,500 left. You and the girls want to go to the casino. You guys, well, actually, you took a boat cruise. You come back with $800. And this is when you think is the best time to go to the Gucci store? When you went with the 7,500 is when you could have gotten your pick of things. Now, when you go with the 800, you have to get what you can get. What you can afford. Listen, you know what? Listen, my girl said over 30 is left over. Listen, give me a couple of ladies up here. Let's talk. Let's have a respectful conversation. I want you guys because I don't know everything. I don't know all. You know what? Girl, you know it's true. I don't know why that popped up in my head. Yeah, my girl said 36 is midlife. Now that's a fact. 36, we should hear some sirens going off. Seriously. I don't know everything about women, so I need women. Like, I want to know, does this thought occur? Listen, I'm talking about way before you have to start cluttering yourself with makeup. See, because the makeup doesn't count. We don't rate your guys' looks based upon the makeup. It does not count. And I'm hoping that every woman knows that. I'm hoping that every woman knows that. We don't count that makeup and things. Me, myself, I wouldn't even listen, I'll be honest. Yeah, my bro Joe. You know the fakes jumped, what do they call it? The fraudulence jumped up in my mind for a minute. Kel, stop playing. Come and talk to me. There you go.
Hi, my apologies. I thought it was a mistake. So that's why I was like.
Tell me how your night's going.
It's going well. And yourself?
Life is amazing. We are just blessed to be able to converse right now, being amongst the living, right? Let me ask you this. Now, we all make mistakes. That's a given. And I'm talking about men too. We fumble the ball, and sometimes we can go back and we can say, dang, why did I take so-and-so for granted, right? We all do that, right? Now, my question to you is, like, women are phenomenal. Listen, a woman can be unattractive. And if she takes care of her body, she looks like a feminine woman, right? See, I don't know if even you know this. Like, this is factual, what I'm about to tell you. This is factual. Most men have experienced this. Bro, I need a wingman. I'm kicking it with old girl tonight. She got a girlfriend with her. What she look like? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, she ain't that cute, but her body, man, her body straight. Come pick me up. See, the reason we identify your guys' bodies like that is because your bodies is one of the premier notifications and signatures to us that this is the opposite sex. The more things that you have about you that confirm of the opposite sex, the more attracted we're going to be to you. That's why when women get huge and things like that, or if they have deep voices, and the further away you draw from what we have always been taught is a classy feminine woman, the less attracted we are to you, right? Now, my question to you is this. After you guys have made some mistakes or whatever, do you guys ever say, listen, I'm still, I'm 32. Now I'm not, praise God, my body hasn't fallen apart. My tatas are attractive. I, as a woman, I can stand in the mirror and say that. My stomach isn't messed, and my face, I haven't fallen off. Like I need to get very serious about getting me a man right now while I still have it together. Do you guys ever come to that place?
I can't speak for all women, but I do have a friend that, well, I have a couple of friends as well as myself. I can speak on our behalf because I know that we have mentioned these things, but I can't say for all women. But I think we do. I think we come to a place where realization kicks in, and sometimes accountability, and we're on a time clock. Meaning you
Yes.
guys can make babies until
70.
there's no more breath in your body,
Right.
but we're not able to do that. So at some point, we have to make those judgment calls.
We don't really understand it because you guys are so phenomenal. The deck comes stacked. The deck comes stacked with you guys. It really does. So we don't understand how this continues to happen. Like, how do you guys end up? And of course, it's a maturity thing. We all mess up. And, our parents taught us, boy, if I could go back and do it all over. So we know this. This is a human thing. This isn't a woman thing. But after so many, there's an epidemic, especially in the Black community, of women not being able to secure a life partner. Now, for those of you who don't know this, 100% of the premise of this show, the most important thing as it pertains to this show for the last 3.5 years, the core of this show has been two people getting together, architecting the best possible outcome for two people in the later years of their lives. That is what I preach. That is what I'm adamant about. That is what is important. When the doctor comes in and give you a diagnosis that's unfavorable to you, when they tell you have to get some toes cut off, we need to be with somebody at the end of life or life gets tough on us. Have you ever thought about that?
I have.
Okay. Miss Darlena,
Yes.
tell me how your night is going.
It's going pretty good. How's yours?
My life is amazing. I want to ask you, because women don't just crash. It's gradual. It's gradual. You guys start noticing changes gradually, right? Especially after children too, though. That starts the avalanche. Do you guys come to, listen, and I'm going to sympathize with women in front of everybody. I'm going to say this. I've told people this over and over. Women are the next closest thing to A-list movie stars. The power that women wield. I'm talking about overweight women. They've done studies on this. So there's a part of me that I give women a little bit of sympathy because you have to be groomed for this type of power. You have to have talks. Someone in your house has to have talks with you like this. Now listen, sweetie, you're going to hit an age and you are going to start being able to get your way with men when you're not even trying to. You're going to have strong levels of attention from men when you're not even trying to get attention from men. Now, the urges to go ahead and entertain, I need you to be responsible with that because it can get you in a lot of trouble. If women aren't groomed like that, they will be irresponsible with this phenomenon of power that you got. So let me do this. I want to ask both women. Miss Darlena, are you aware that women are born with high levels of power?
Yes. I feel like we're born at the top already. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's just.
And you have to be responsible with it because just like kings, generals, and the most powerful people in the world, with great power comes great responsibility. And if that power is not delegated, or if that power is not handled responsibly, it will implode. It will be like having an M90 piece of dynamite in your pocket. You have to deal with that thing respectfully. Now, my question to you is this. We know that due to that power, you're not going to be perfect with that. You're going to slip up because we all like to have things said to us. You are gorgeous. I mean, you're taking my breath away right now. That makes a person feel good, right? And men, I'm not going to say that men are doing this just to get what they want, but in a lot of cases, you guys really are gorgeous. So we're saying these things to you. You're eating it up, right? Now I'm in the bed with you. You find out that didn't work. And that happens to you about 5 or 6 times. My question to you is this. After you guys have messed up, and let's go down the road if you've had a kid as well, do you guys come to that place before the crash that, listen, I kind of still got it. You know, I do have a child, and I put on about 10 pounds more than I would like, but I'm still attractive and unbiased. I can say I'm still attractive. Now, before I hit my decline, I need to use the beauty that I have right now to secure me a long-term life partner. Do you guys come to a place like that?
Yeah, I feel like it hit me around 33, 34. I'm like, I got to stop playing games.
Yes. And that was like, a good age.
Now, yeah, even now, like when I go on social media, I see girls on there twerking and stuff. It's just like, leave that for the young kids now. It's like, we gotta get a partner and settle down and stop the foolishness and stuff. So,
because in your 30s, see, I'm not saying this to make light of you guys. Of course, you know this. When you guys hit your decline, some less strenuous than others, but when you guys hit your decline, it's very visible. It gets visible. Especially if there's been more than one kid, it gets visible. And we can't understand, like, a lot of you guys are attractive. Why would you take this playing games and jumping from him to him, you know, the baddie stage? Why would you attempt to maneuver that thing until the age of 40? This is what we don't understand. See, and that thing is what creates the bitter, angry women that society can't get along with, because I'll give you this much too. I can understand where it would come from. No one wants to look and say, it's starting to look like I'm really going to be by myself. And that could create a type of, you know, combative behavior in a person that they don't know that they've taken on, right? But we're finding it troublesome that you guys are not nipping this in the bud when you still have your dating value. Unless you guys are willing to tell me, Miss Tiffany, I'm coming right to you. Unless you guys are willing to tell me that you guys think that you can carry on with this behavior like in your 40s. Do you think women believe that?
Some. It seems to be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Because I can clearly look at some women and I'll be like, oh, you kind of, you know, you're a little cooked now.
Yes.
Like, stop. Even the whole trying to, like, you know, when they're taking videos, showing their bodies and stuff, it's just like, stop. It's ridiculous now.
Do you guys know how men, Miss Tiffany, let me ask you this. From what you know, and I'm going to speaking from your personal experience, the girlfriends that you've had throughout your life, do you guys come to a place where you say, I ain't completely fell off. Now I still got a little bit. Now I have to get serious about finding my life partner?
Some, but the majority feel like they can do whatever a man wants to do.
I agree.
The same thing.
I
agree. It's almost like they be saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And we fail to realize that even though we might want that, a 70-year-old man can get a 22-year-old woman.
You better know it.
You know what I'm saying? We're not able to do that, but we still think we can. So some people are in Delulu land, and they tend to... It's not saying it's impossible, you know what I'm saying, for a woman to get married at 45 or 50, but your chances are slimmer because the dating pool is so much bigger now.
Right.
We're all different ages, you know. So it's just a matter of choice, I would say.
I agree. But see, it's impacting society. Now, I told you guys, I'm not knocking it. I definitely understand how a woman could turn into somewhat of a bitter individual, you know, and take an attitude out into society and things like that. Because the Lord our God, Jehovah, created us. Look at Noah's Ark. Look at Noah's Ark. He put 2 of every beast on. We are designed to be paired up. And after we go a significant amount of time of not being paired up, your biology kicks in, and you may not notice it happening, but you start turning into a type of person. I'm not saying hell on wheels, but it just doesn't feel good to be going through life alone. You're having to. Here's what we say about African American women. There's a line where assignments were being handed out, and these were heavy assignments. There's a sign right here that says, once you leave this line, go right over there to that line, because they're also going to provide you with someone to help you with this heavy assignment that you just got in line 1. Mm-hmm. You guys avoided line 2 and said, I'll do all of this heavy assignment by myself. And that's why society says a lot of African American women are like uncooperative and tough to deal with, because you decided to take on a task that was so heavy that the Lord, our God, said it required 2 people to do. Check this out. Have the baby. You have to go to work, right? You have to clean the house. You have to do the cooking. The baby's crying at 3 a.m., right? Then you got to be concerned with your dating life. You're going to feel some way about your dating life. That is a lot. That is a lot. It will turn you into a type of a person, which is why you guys weren't supposed to be doing it on your own.
But you don't believe that propaganda kind of made it as well? Like, the whole agenda is to make African American men and African American women not want each other. You know, it's like they always blame Section 8 and the government, but it's like, if you didn't have anything else, you're going to get what you can get. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry sometimes for us, because we get the bulk of everything. When a child doesn't do right, it's the mother. The mother should have did this, she should have did that, she shouldn't have been working, she this. You know what I'm saying? It's never a group effort. It's almost like a football game. When we win, everybody did a good job. When we lose, it's the coach and the quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
That's not true. Look at Kevin Durant. Look at Shaquille O'Neal. They all attribute their successes to their moms. We feel the exact opposite of how you guys feel. We feel that when the kids turn out well, when a single mom raised them, the mom gets the credit. But when he's a piece of shit, the daddy wasn't there. You see what I'm saying?
I can see that. I just...
Listen, let me nip it like this.
Okay.
This is controversial, but everybody knows my stance on this. I have clips that have went millions of views. So I'm going to hit you with this. Me and you are together 3 years. It's looking good. You feel that I'm the type of man that'll see a woman through to the end. I get caught cheating. Upon investigation, you find a rubber in my pocket. Upon investigation, you find out I've cheated 3 to 4 other times. Is that relationship over?
Yes, for me.
That was the destruction of the black community. That was the destruction of the black community. It started with Section 8, and then it was the feminism movement when our women decided. I can prove what I'm saying is right.
Yeah, you're right.
We've lived both. We saw both of these play out. We don't have to do this. I wonder what would happen in a world where the women didn't take no shit and they left if a man cheated. We don't have to do this. I wonder what would happen if women, they tolerated a little bit more and they didn't leave. We have saw both of these play out. Our grandmothers were in homes for 80 years. Our family reunions were 5 and 7 states deep. We had family reunions that would pack a stadium. All of our family members knew each other. Our children turned out better. Listen, now let's go here. Homes were passed down after Nana died. Did you know that home ownership is a gateway to generational wealth? Okay. Yes. Now fast forward into today. I wish a nigga would let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you. Look at the African American community today. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Don't let me tell that lie. We don't have a damn community.
We don't.
We have women who have children.
Okay, but
hold on. You have the floor next. I want to hit you with this. I want you to tell me any government policy, any bill that has ever been passed. Have you ever heard of anything. With all of the technology, we have AI today. They have robots that a man's seed can be placed in now and incubate a child. With all of the high-level technology and advancements we have you ever heard of anything or anyone who has come up with the cure for men occasionally stepping out and cheating?
No.
There is nothing.
But listen.
Listen, hold on, let me say this. If we know that there is nothing, why would you fight against this thing? Do not stay with the man if he cheats more than 3 to 5 times because he could bring you something back. But I'm telling you, none of us have ever heard of anything. It's in the Bible. King David was said to be a man after God's own heart. Now, let's get this straight. I'm going to tell everybody here this. Cheating is wrong. It's deceitful. You told the woman that you weren't going to do it. I don't honor it. I don't honor it at all. But even less what I honor is you destroying a 5-person family on top of him cheating. Now go ahead, Miss Tiffany.
I would say you was talking about David, and David was a man. Yes, but he longed for that woman, so it's a little bit different. I think the reason why so many women, including myself, feel that way, because I feel like the only thing that can keep a man is a man that want to be kept. So it's obviously you didn't want to be kept by me.
No. I didn't think you was. It ain't about him not wanting to be kept now. It ain't about him not wanting to be kept. It's about his loins started acting away. Because see,
So
I had a perfect woman.
From fornication.
I had a perfect woman. I was a chronic cheater.
Mm-hmm.
None of the women who I cheated with could ever compare to her. In no way at all. Natural hair down to her back. Her skin was bronze. Everything about her was natural. Super, super feminine. I've never heard her voice go high-pitched.
So what made you do it, if you don't mind me asking?
In my particular case, me and my guys, where I'm from, I think I was a little too popular and I was too immature to handle the popularity. You see what I'm saying? But I'll speak for all men here. Ma'am, have you ever looked at a woman's body? It sings to you. It speaks to you when she's not even looking at you.
So listen, you want to play with every instrument, every music, is that what it is?
Well, no. Let's say that I'm the type who I only cheated 3 times. Let's say it like that. I didn't wake up and say, you know what, I got this amazing one. I'm cheating today. That's not how that happens.
Was it a relationship or it was just like a hit and run?
Hit and run. And I might, sometimes this girl here, I might hit her a couple of times. But excuse me. Let's go to the most important part, though. I'm coming to you next, Miss Darlena. The most important part is this. I cheat, which is bad. But on top of the cheat, you destroy our family? What you did didn't make anything any better. Now our kids have to go through a lifelong therapy. Studies show that children who are raised with their father outperform children who weren't raised with their father significantly. They're 3 times more likely to be able to function inside of relationships of their own. They're 3 to 5 times more likely to not go to jail.
I would say this. The first time God said something wasn't good, it was not good for man to live alone. It didn't say a woman. I believe, I kind of look at it as a chessboard. And, you know, the most important piece is the male, because if he get caught, the game is over. You know, but we also have spirit. That strong sister got to be on your side as well.
Hold on really quick. Love Conquers All said, okay, so I'm going to ask everybody up here. How many people up here love God? And if you don't, that's fine too. Yes, I'm just asking.
I do. Yes.
I love God.
Yes.
Miss Kels, do you have a relationship? Do you?
I love my creator.
Okay. Speaking from a parental point of view, would you want your child to do the things that you have explicitly said don't do? Or would you want that child to also have it in his heart, I don't want to do any of the things that I think would displease my mom? Just take it up on that child's self to say not only the things that she's told me not to do, but I just don't want to do the things that would make her unhappy. Would you prefer the last one?
Yes.
Okay. So he said the Bible tells us to leave for cheating. It's the only response for divorce. Have you ever, love conquers all, have you ever looked right up under that verse where they gave the instructions where there's grounds for divorce? Right up under that it says, but I would that you did not. This is the only grounds that all permit for divorce, but I would prefer that you didn't. Because look what happens when you guys do.
It's so hard to get past.
Hold on, give me a second, Miss Tiffany. Give me a second. Miss Darlena.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Me and you have been doing our things. We have 2 children together. You're crazy about me. I'm a good man. I'm an earner. I'm ambitious. I'm driven. You like everything about me. You find a condom in the car. Up on investigation, you find out that I've cheated 3 times. Is it over?
I'm going to say no.
That's a wife. See, people don't understand there's women and then there's wives. A wife has a duty to keep this family together. And guess what? No one said it was going to be easy.
And you know what? It was a couple years ago. My mom was at my house and she left her little journal around, right? And I was being nosy and I read it, and she was married to my dad. In the journal, she divorced my dad the same day and got married to someone else the same day, and I wasn't even aware of it. And I'm just like, the reason why she said she left my dad, because she claimed she wasn't in love with him but loved this other guy who ended up being on drugs anyway. So she destroyed us with that. So,
and see, this is what I tell you guys. I tell you guys often, listen. Miss Darlena has washed my drawers. She seen my drawers when they was dirty. She smelled my farts up under the sheet. Listen, she knows the bull crap quirks about me. She knows the things that I wouldn't want any. Listen, I have saw her standing butt naked in front of me dancing before we're about to do our thing, and her stomach looks like she's had babies. I have saw her in her most vulnerable state. I have saw her on the toilet, right? So you gonna give all of that up to go have to get with somebody else and be rediscovered all the way over. Do you know how long it's going to take you to get comfortable sitting on the toilet around that man? Do you know how long it's going to take you to get comfortable standing in front of him naked when you have scars from your stomach from childbirthing? Listen, they say it's better to deal with the devil you know than the one you're going to have to find out about.
Yeah, and then women need to stop with the narrative thinking there's so many good men out here, like a lifetime, you're going to always come across a lot of good men. You might only get one.
I tell people
that's just your only chance.
Listen, Miss Kels, give me a second. Miss Kels. Hi. Is it over for me and you if I get busted 3 times? Not busted, but the evidence is there. And after you question me, I confess, is it over? We've been together for 2 years. We have 2 children together. Everything else is lit. Everything else is on point. You deem me to be the type of man that I'm going to see you through to the end of life. Is it over? 3 cheats.
I myself for a mistake. God no. But see, I'm a little bit different. So this is where I lose most women. And earlier when you had asked the question, I was trying to say yes, I've had. But I feel like a lot of the issues with us women is one, self-reflection. We don't look in the mirror. We don't take accountability.
Right.
And this is where I'm going to lose the women. So so I am very open to poly relationships.
Okay.
Oh, I am too. Wow.
You too. Where my show supporters at?
Me and the woman getting freaky deaky, type of like.
We're approaching the 2-hour mark where we shut the show down if we have no support.
See, people fail to realize
we have one show supporter.
It takes a community. It takes a village. So we're complaining about a lot of things, but we're putting our children in these schools.
Let's go YouTube. Where my show supporters at? Hit the Cash App, the real Stacey Prince.
We complain about it, but just think
about it. Or the PayPal or the Super Chat.
where you have, a man working, maybe one of the women working, one of the women home, homeschooling the children, making dinner. You guys switch it out, but now you're bringing more money into that home. You're bringing more love into that family, and now that guy, yeah, men are still gonna do what they gotta do, but he's got two full-time women to satisfy. Like that cuts down so much cheating. And women, we don't see that, understand that because we're so selfish. I want
I was
my
about
man,
to
my
say
man.
selfish.
Very selfish. And they
um,
want and the women want men to do all this stuff with no reward, and how are they benefiting from that situation? You want them to do this, do that, come home, do this, but what type of reward are they getting from it? So
Right. And then the sisterhood and the bonds that you make are phenomenal. I mean, you can't just bring anybody in just because he wants to sleep
right,
with a woman.
right,
It's like, oh, she's you gotta know. You gotta look at her values, what she stands for, what things mean to her, and things of that sort. But men that are in poly relationships are less likely to cheat. And also, the way that I am with my partner is like me and my partner's like best friends. Like we talk about everything. Like when I
shout
tell
out to
you
my bro
everything, I
Ricky
mean
supporting the
everything.
show.
Dinner and just have the craziest conversations. Like I like that openness. Like a lot of times we complain that our men don't talk to us, but the moment they do, we're upset about what they said, or we lash out at them, or we're upset. So of course they shut down, and then we're like, "Oh, you don't talk to me." That's because this is not a safe place. So it's very important
Right,
for
right.
me to give my partner
On
that
several
safe
different
place where he can
occasions, you've
express
already
himself.
made it clear that I can't come to you with you by other things we've talked about. You made it clear that I can't confide in you about this because you snapped about that one little thing. You know what I mean? There has to be safe spaces. There just has to be. Miss Angela,
So, and I want
go ahead, Miss Kells.
But I want you to be able to talk about any and everything because we say we want you to do certain things, but we only want you to do it if it's to our liking. I want you to be 100% your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
However you're feeling. If you're saying, hey, babe, today I'm having a hard day and only got 15%, guess what? I'm going to give you 85.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make it there. People think relationships are 50-50, but it's not.
Right.
It's not.
Right. I agree.
and then we all must understand that there's a duty. We have to stay on track of what we're trying to do. We can't allow other things to knock us off of that.
There
Where
is
we're
a
trying to head.
big picture. There's a big picture that we're supposed to be making. We start with this puzzle. With this puzzle, we get one puzzle piece in our hand because that thing don't fit. We throw it away. No, there's a big picture we're trying to build, and that thing is more important than everything. It's the big picture. Miss Tiff, you had something you wanted to say?
Yes, two things. One, are you willing to be Hosea in the Bible, who had to take Gomer's back when she had 2 kids on him, and God told him to take her back?
Okay, I want you to hold on because that's why I brought Miss Angela up here. She hit something that Miss Angela. Going once, going twice. Miss Angela. Oh, I think she was saying something. I think you. Can you say something? I hear something. You got that Obama phone, don't you? All right, we gone, Miss Angela. We gone. Okay.
Okay, stand you.
Okay, so listen. Here's what she said. Down in the comments, she said, shout out to Brandy down there in the comments rocking with us. The love is mutual, sweetheart. Okay. Miss Angela said, would you stay if your wife cheated 3 times? See, that's a feminist talking point. It's a feminist. Another essential thing that destroyed the black community, our women started wanting to be equal with men. Do you guys know how much of us is not the same? I can actually abuse myself. You can't. But I want to go here. Miss Kells hasn't. I want to touch Miss Kells real quick. Miss Kells, do you believe that there's a difference when a man cheats and when a woman cheats?
Of course it is.
No wonder they said I'm crazy. Down in the comments, they said I'm crazy about Miss Kells. Listen, Starlena, do you believe that there's a difference when a man cheats and a woman cheats?
Yes.
Miss Tiff?
No.
You don't?
No, it varies for each person.
No, it
Some
doesn't.
people cheat emotionally.
No, we're talking about biology.
Your fist, huh?
We're talking about biology. You get penetrated. I do not.
Okay. My thing is, see, I believe in the Bible.
Me too.
And when it doesn't say free from fornicate except for men, free from adultery except for men. Then when we come with this poly stuff, not one situation that has ever been in the Bible that they had 2 or more women was them people happy.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
What Bible are you reading?
You think of Abraham, right? Abraham.
Hold on, slow down, hold on. Hey, but I want to make sure we got to be respectful of everybody's beliefs up here. Listen, I can't believe you said that though. To be honest,
I did.
Predominantly, they had. Do you know how many wives Solomon had?
He had about 700, 300.
So what are you talking about? And Solomon was said. Hold on. Solomon was said to be the wisest person who ever lived.
Yeah.
So how could he have been to make a mistake with that if he was the wisest?
He was, but God gave him instructions in 2 Kings about only having one wife and not marrying marriage alliances with the Pharaoh either.
No, he was talking about mixing races. He was talking about going outside of his race. That's what he was talking about. You think God would give somebody 700?
What?
You think God would give somebody 700 wives and then one day say, you can't have no more than one now? God was strict. Listen, God was strict. So why did David have it then? They were called concubines. All of them had, all of the kings.
True, but that does not mean they were happy.
It doesn't mean they were unhappy.
Story that somebody done been through. But
okay, hold on.
Shows they're not.
Here's what I need you to do.
Okay.
I want you to remove your personal beliefs behind it. Now, I want you. Me and you have been talking today. We just on the phone. We just talking. Me and you. We're talking about the Bible, right? And we come across some passages. This has nothing to do with me and you. Nothing. And we just reading and we're talking about the Bible. And we're talking about how Solomon had 700 something wives. How do you feel about that right now? We're just talking about. How do you feel about that?
I would say he was greedy. And that I would not want to be one of those wives.
Okay, now that's what I was about to say. Here's what I get out of this. Your whole premise is a perspective of how it makes you feel. That doesn't make it wrong. That just means you're one of those women who wouldn't be suitable for that. But listen, you said you disagree. I say this to people sometimes. If you don't believe it's different when a woman cheats, if you had 2 children, one is a boy, one is a girl, and God said one of them must have sex with 15 people in 5 days. It's up to you if it's your daughter or your son, but it is a must, one of them, and both of them are virgins. Which one would you prefer it be?
My son.
So you know there's a difference.
That don't make it right.
You know there's a difference.
It could be lawful, but that don't mean it's advantageous.
No, I'm talking about biologically. Past 10 sexual partners, a woman's ability to become attached to one man reduces all the way down from 100 to 20%. You guys weren't built for all of that. Listen, let's talk if we're going to talk about it. Some men are coming like this.
True.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about these ninjas. Oh God, it's in my stomach, daddy. You gonna experience that from 15 different men? Okay. Now after that, and if we're going to be honest, if we're talking about 2025, most of these women have like 30-person body counts. You've been blasted with this. And we're talking about ninjas who know how to work their hips. He knows what he's doing. Now, here comes Reginald. Reginald's mixed. Amazing dude. Works at a tech firm. Has your best interest. Never late on bills. Owns 3 homes. Has 2 cars. If he ever gets in a jam, he can go to a bank. He's proposed to you. Now, here's where there's a problem. Because you have been blasted so amazingly by Glocktavius, by Tay-Tay, by Nook Nook, right?
I can't stand
Listen, Jamal used to grab you by your throat and put it in, and you used to love it, right? Tay-Tay used to grab you by the back of your neck and pull you in him while he going in you. Now your new man, who is an amazing man. The reason they say past that many sexual partners, your ability to attach to one man decreases all the way down to 20%, is because, let's be honest, ladies, if we're having a grown-up conversation, do you think Reginald, bless his heart, is a good man in every facet? But Reginald came with this, right? Bless his heart. There's not a woman up here who can convince me that there's not times where her mind is going to drift back to Tay-Tay, where her mind's not going to drift back to Jamal. It's impossible. Your body has been invaded to this magnitude. That's why they say people who have had higher body counts have more divorces, because you have experienced some things that you should have only experienced with your husband. So listen, what I'm telling you is this. There's a difference than when a man cheats and when a woman cheats. A man, listen, I'm telling you about me. I can go in the back of a liquor store right now and get topped off by a crackhead and never think about her again in my life. Women are emotional creatures. Chances are, if you did cheat on me, it wasn't because you were horny. The man you cheated with, you saw something in him that you admired. There were some things about him that you respected. So, see, you're cheating with your body and with this. A man, I can go bust my wad off, and I don't care nothing about this woman. You've started developing feelings from this man, even if it's just respect, admiration, and he has taken somewhat of my place in your mind. Who disagrees with this?
I don't. Men are natural born hunters, so that's what they're going to do. They're going to hunt. And when women decide to step out, usually they're trying to find your replacement. Think about it.
Yep.
Most men cheat and go right back to their woman. Like, nothing changed. When women cheat, that man only got but so much long. She's detaching, and before you know it, within a year or two, she ain't even with that man anymore.
You better
and a
know
man
it.
could be cheating on his wife for 50 years, and he's still going to be with her.
You better know it. Because we care about your well-being. We care about how your life turns out. It's different. We are two different species. We have been given two different assignments and roles by our God. Men's is protect, provide, and protect. Be there. We are programmed to be willing to give our lives up for you. It is not the other way around. Miss Darlene, what's your thoughts? You disagree?
No, I agree.
And this when women ask the question, or when they pose the premise that it's no different when a man cheats and a woman cheats, that comes from America. That's a feminist talking point. Because all of our logic points to it's completely different. Men do not. There's a reason why 80 to 85% of the divorces that are filed by women. Listen, and if they're college educated,
we just say that. We know better than that. We just say that so we can have a fair playing field. But there'll never be a fair playing field, quote unquote, because it's unnatural. Like, you got to think about this. We literally, like, if you really break it down, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Post. My apologies.
Do your thing.
We literally have portals. Do you understand that? Like, we bring life. I understand men have semen, and without it, we can't. But we literally carry a baby for multiple months and bring life. That is a portal, and whenever you let people into that portal, it changes.
People, we got to do better than this, YouTube.
Even if you just
we're approaching that 7 minutes from the 2-hour mark. You guys know what it is. Where are my show supporters at?
A lot of times we don't understand why we feel the way we feel, but it's because
rock with us like we rock with you.
Portals, and when we allow someone into that portal, a man don't have no portal.
That is sacred. That thing is. Men have lost their lives about even looking at a woman the wrong way. See, what we've come to the assessment is you guys are more sacred than what you even know. Men can see it. That's why we've taken other men up off of this planet. Listen, we all know. There's been stories of, hey man, I wouldn't do that. It's Jeroboam's girl. Men have been erased from this planet from looking the wrong way of another man's woman.
Wars have been started over women, right?
Yes. Yes. Because there's a power. Listen, I don't give a damn. I'm going to say it then.
Who was the one that...
Turbulence, people. You are our property.
Put him on the front line.
You guys are our property. Anybody who disagrees with this, name me something that a man is willing to defend or lose his life for that does not belong to him. It's nothing. Anything that a man is willing to defend at a high level or lose his life for, you can best believe the words "my" go right in front of it. See, these are these Western society concepts that make us feel a way about this. You should be honored that a man would look at you like something that belongs to him. Because what do we do with things? You ever sit on somebody's Mercedes Benz and see their reaction? You ever lean up on a car that somebody, a nice car of somebody's? It's offensive and they don't play it. The things that belong to us are the things we go the hardest about. If we didn't look at you from a possessory factor, we would not be willing to give our lives up for you. So when another man is allowed to come put himself inside of you, I have been out-conquered and you no longer belong to me. You belong to him now. And I'm going to say this, Miss Tiff. I'm going to say this to you. You want to talk about double standards? Okay. Have you ever thought about how harder it is for a man to have sex opposed to a woman?
Oh, I believe it's extremely hard.
I'm going to ask you. I want to see to what degree you believe it's harder. Me and you right now, we walk outside with signs on our head that says freshly out of a 25-year marriage, just looking for a one-night stand. How long do you think it's going to take you to get a car to stop?
As soon as they see the sign.
What about me?
Something got to be wrong with them.
Listen, it's going to take probably 2 weeks. If I can't use my phone, TikTok, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, and the other one released their dating. Did you know that overweight, unattractive women get 3 times the hit as a handsome man? That's not fair. You think we like that?
Wow,
No.
that's crazy.
There's double standards on both sides.
It is, but you said we was built different and we are different, so that's understandable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I was talking about poly, I was talking about Abraham and Jacob, and Hannah's husband. I can't speak for Solomon because they don't give a lot of information about what was going on during that time. But I can only speak about the ones that were recorded in the Bible.
David?
Tiffany, have you ever been married?
Me? No, I've been engaged 4 times, but they wasn't for me.
Why weren't they for
I
you?
swear that's what I was about to ask.
At a time of my life, I was somewhere different than I am today. I've always wanted to be a part of my religion, and they weren't part of it. And I was just having fun. And when it came too serious, I recognized that's not where I wanted to be.
Hold on.
So you just wanted to have fun.
Why? Okay, so tell me about guy number 1. Why wouldn't you marry him?
High school sweetheart.
Guy number 2.
Abusive.
To what degree? Physical?
No, it was mostly mental. He hadn't got physical yet.
Okay. To what degree were you implementing the same amount of abuse? Were you contributing any factors to that? To the dysfunction of the relationship?
At that age, I probably was.
Okay.
Probably couldn't tell at the time,
Guy number 3. I appreciate you for admitting it. Guy number 3.
That was my fault.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? So the reason I asked you all of these things is because this show is 3.5 years old. I've interviewed hundreds of women. And what I've come to understand, you guys destroy a lot of good relationships.
Yeah. I wasn't healed yet. I was going from relationship to relationship, hoping somebody will make me happy, not knowing that happiness comes from the inside.
That is true.
And then the last one was abusive. And that was when, fighting was getting involved in it as well.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Where you're at right now, today, do you think that you have come to a place where you are a better selector?
Of men?
Yes, listen, a lot of you guys don't understand. As it pertains to successful relationships, did you know that is 60 to 75% of the battle? The person that you select. You guys are selecting broken situations, but did you know how much your odds go up if you select an individual who came from a 2-parent household or bare minimum was raised with his father in his life?
I'm going to say that
So you have to work on yourself because if you're broken, you're attracting broken people.
Yes.
But if you work on yourself and you get to a certain level, those will be the type of people that you attract because those will be the type of people that you're around. Because when you're around the same old, you'll be like, why am I around this? Why am I listening? This ain't for me. Like you'll fade away from those things.
Mhm.
But you are what you attract. And I learned that. Like that is 100%.
That's a
So nothing else
fact.
that's about it.
Look
I would
around
say
in society, you see it.
I love toxic. I love the drama when I was younger. I love the toxicity. I love the drama. I love the excitement. So I admit that I had to grow from that. It was more or less like, oh, I would start stuff just that crazy,
That's not just
So
you.
I
That's most
admit
of
that I,
them.
I probably even made some of them act the way they acted, and they probably wouldn't have acted that way with somebody else. I don't know, but I know I was a hell raiser.
That's
So
not
are
that.
you currently
Hold on,
dealing
real
with?
quick. That's not just
Okay.
you. 80 around close to there. It's suggested that the overwhelming bulk of the children in the black community are created by the lower functioning around 18 to 25% of black men. We're talking about the ones who uh, might pack that thing, the ones who've been in the street, the ones who've been to prison, this and that. You know why? Women are biologically attracted to masculinity. But unfortunately, dysfunction can mimic and even resemble masculinity. But it won't be masculinity. It will be dysfunction. It will seem like he's an assertive, take charge type guy. But no, he's actually poor with his critical thinking skills. So he's lashing. The fuck you think you talking to? It's a turn on. No doubt about it. It's a turn on. But it's not masculinity in most cases. Because where's the provider aspect of you if it's masculine? Where's the part of you that I can visibly see is bringing our lives together if it's masculinity? See, because masculinity does those things too. Dysfunction doesn't. Dysfunction is where the excitement comes from, the thrill comes from that you love. But after all of that, you're left with a future that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. This is a thing you are committed to right now. Go ahead, Starlene.
Tiffany, are you currently dealing with anyone right now?
Not at all.
Would you like to get married?
It every now and then I have the thought of wanting the wedding and the ring, but the reality doesn't sit well with me. If I was to
Why
be
is
honest,
that?
I like the ideal of marriage. Being with someone, waking up to them, but the reality is two people with two different lives trying to become one. That's one of the hardest things you can ever do. Because it's hard to become one if you live in a household from as children. So it's I just look at it the reality of it that I don't even know if I want it. It's nice and all, but I'll take my chances. I don't know. It depends. It varies for
Have
me.
you had any positive views in marriage or any relationships?
Have I ever what? Sorry.
Have you had any positive views of relationships or marriages from anyone
Yes,
in your
I
family?
have, but I don't think it's for me.
I don't think it's for you
I
either.
look at it differently. I guess because I've been by myself for so long, I have an inner peace. And I feel like it's the same rigmarole when you meet somebody. And I know I'm something else because my mom told my last one, your best bet was to leave that one alone. Because I
Listen,
am something else, and I admit that. But I'm not trying to hurt nobody else.
I
And
don't.
if it's meant to be, then let God let it come. If that's what's gonna help me
That's
stay
a
at
you
least
know that's a
serve
cop
Him,
out,
then I'll
right?
take it.
You know that's a
Huh?
cop out, right?
What is?
If it's meant to be, because you don't
For real.
listen.
I don't.
Hold on. Do you work?
No, I do not.
Okay. When you did work, did you got up and you went to work, right?
Yes.
You didn't say if it's meant to be, I'll go to work tomorrow. Did you?
No.
See, there's
But
work
that's
that there's the things that we desire, things have to be done in order to achieve them. But I'll say this. I believe you. Right now I don't think you're marriage material for the simple fact that you said that it's too difficult for two people to be one. Because you know who is not difficult for? A
God.
submissive woman. A submissive woman is just not really difficult for her because when two people are becoming one, the only thing that will prevent them is some kickback, some bucking, some uncooperativeness, some things like that. And I see that in you. I see that in you. Doesn't make you a
I
bad
would
person. It
agree.
just means right now that's not for you.
And I believe that 110%. You know, that's not something I desire right now. My main focus is my children
How many?
and me.
How many?
Huh?
How many?
Two.
How many live with
A
you?
14-year-old and 18-year-old.
Oh, you got two in the house. Are you paying attention to the current events of the world right now?
Not really.
Are you familiar that a young black man just got hung in Delta State today?
I am aware of that, yes, sir.
People say this, we are legitimately, as long as I've been alive, we have not been this close to a race war. It's legitimate. We are in a situation right now where white America is almost forcing us to respect who they respect, forcing us to worship who they worship. Right? This thing with Charlie Kirk, it's at a level beyond anything that I've experienced my entire time on Earth. People they have created a search engine that can scour the internet and look for comments that have been left by people that are negative comments about basically opinions, right? This thing can scour the internet. And if it finds accounts, they've already found 700. They've located, if it finds accounts that have said something negative about Charlie Kirk or even disagree with him, I guess, they're implementing where they can take your passport. You're getting kicked out of school. This black girl just got kicked out of school today for speaking something against him. Suspend your driver's license and kick you off of social media forever. Things are about to happen. I've been preaching this to people for quite some time. This thing with single moms, you'll be the first targets. You'll be the first target. In about 18 months, a lot of people don't know this, we are going to be hit with a global recession. Global. Now, my point in bringing all of that up is this. The reason that white and Asian communities and Latino communities have outperformed us is because we are the only foolish people who have been trying to compete with people who are operating as teams, husbands and wives, and we're operating as individuals. It's why, listen, we are the only group of men pretty much who don't have a group of women of our own. African American women are running around saying, I don't need a man. African American women are basically running around saying, I don't need my heartbeat. I don't need my lung. I think in America, people have gotten so spoiled to where you've never gotten to see the true value of men because African American women they divorced black men around 1968 and married the American government. If you want to know who a woman belongs to, just look who provides for her. Look who is her security. Look who puts the roof over her head. Section 8, right? Look who buys her food stamps, right? Look who protects her. I wish you would. Your black ass would be in jail. You guys divorced black men, all in the search of more and more and more freedom, and married the American government. Now that he's taken his goodies back, African American women, 300,000+ African American women just lost their jobs to the DEI situation. They say that there's a significant, I forget what percentage of people right now who are currently in college right now studying for occupations that AI is going to wipe out in 6 months. So those of you who believe that men aren't essential, you're about to see. When people start running up in each other's houses because grocery store shelves have been empty for like 2 months already, but they've been promising that they were going to restock for the last month. See, we're in a time where communities are the only thing that's going to survive. And communities are based around families. We don't have families in the African American community. I'm not singling you out or picking on you, but what I'm telling you is that mentality is what destroyed the African American community. We don't have families anymore.
I don't see it that way.
You will.
I don't see
You will.
that the black woman is what destroyed it. You got to think about it. The same racism that you're talking about, they put us against each other.
You guys weren't listen. They didn't put a pistol to your guys' head and tell you to run. Listen, did you know that when you guys were recruited for feminism, white women had things that they wanted? We were married at an 80% rate higher than white women. They came and got you guys to support this voting thing that they were doing for numbers so they could have more numbers. But guess what they did? They went back to their man. You guys didn't. You even up to today, you kept on with the rhetoric of I don't need a man.
I never said I don't need a man. Right now, I can't have one.
Right.
Because I'm a herder. Right. Okay? That's where my mind frame is at. I'm going to be honest with you.
Got you.
No, now, but I'm saying, why do we always want to put all black women in a box and we got to be this, we got to be that? It's like, can we all take accountability for something?
Okay.
So you don't think men have nothing? My grandmother told me, rest her soul, that she said, have you ever imagined somebody, you just sitting there and they come along and just smack you for no reason to let you know that they the boss? And you got to tell this man can tell you if you can have your tools tied or not because you don't even own your own body. You go to the funeral when he passed away, you find out he got 2 other families. People nowadays is tired of that.
Listen, you talking about 60 years ago. Listen, do you
right? But it's happened. History repeats itself, right?
No. Well, why
Does it?
Okay, so why are Latino communities thriving more than us, and we out earn them? Tell me.
Okay.
Why are they married at a higher rate than we are? Why are Latinos? Hold on. Why are Latinos? We generate more money than they do. Why are they married at a higher rate than we are? Why is the white community married at a higher rate? If we know that men of all races cheat, did you know that in the African American community, your guys' divorce rate is higher than your marital rate? That's crazy. It's because you got too much freedom.
You know what? I'm going to say this. We were stripped from everything that we had. Okay? So right there, you putting people together that ain't even the same tribe. You put mamas and sons together. We don't act like we don't remember the past. So then it's like, it's going to take a while for us to come back and reunite.
Okay, hold on really quick.
Never reunite. We always placing the blame on somebody else. Listen, and not saying it's a problem. So what's the solution?
Does it sound like Miss Kales is having a problem? See, these other hold on.
That's crazy to me.
What you're talking about? We're not even talking about poly. These women don't seem to be stuck in the past like you. Why would we stay back remembering that? Like, how can you move forward?
Because it's coming back.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
It doesn't sound like it's coming back for either 2 of these women.
Women are resorting to just to have the Bible said in Isaiah that it's going to be 7 women trying to be with one man and just say, I will pay my own way. Just give me your last name.
Yeah.
So they following suit. I'm cool with that. I don't see myself in that. I'm used to being the prize, not no man being the prize.
What?
Please don't put that on me. I feel like that's where the issue is. So why can't he wins because he have you, and you win because you have him? See, that's the mentality.
And what makes you the prize? Why do you see you as the prize?
Yeah, I want you to answer that question.
I'm the only one that can make a baby. And I was created to be his helper.
Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Tiffany, hold on. I didn't hear you, Tiffany. You said what? She said, what makes you think that you are the prize? And what was your answer?
I said, first of all, when she said the portal. And second of all, I am a helper to a man, because the first time that God said something wasn't right was when he said, it does not belong to man. Well, sorry, I'm saying the wrong scripture. It is not good for man to live alone. Okay, that's how I look at life. But I'm not expecting nobody to be like me or to think like me. But at the same time, you got men in people's households. I used to have kids live with me, right? Like 18, 19-year-old boys. And they was getting kicked out because this woman, they was getting abused by their mother's man. You see what I'm saying? It's like
I think you got a lot. I think you got a lot of trauma. I think you got a lot of trauma. Would you agree with that?
I do. I will not lie to you. I have that. I will hurt you, and when I have no problem doing it.
Right.
Have you ever thought about therapy? Why do you still want to stay?
I have therapy. Thank you.
I'm asking the question.
You have to fix me, baby. You can't fix me.
Hold on. Hey. Oh, everybody, stop it. We got to be respectful up here. I don't have that up here.
Okay,
we got to be respectful. Listen. Hold on, Tiffany. Hold on. Before you came up here earlier, I had just told people We have with all of modern advancements in technology we have. Did you know that whatever? Here's what I believe Miss Darlene was coming from. I do it myself. Did you know that right now, whatever personal issues that you have right now, you can get on Grok or you can get on Chat GPT and say, these are the issues I have. I need you to give me a weekly breakdown of exercises that I could do weekly to make myself better in this area where I'm weak at. That's what she's talking about, help.
I don't want that right now.
She said, I don't want help.
I enjoy my life.
Yeah, because she wants to stay in that space. She wants to be she likes the trauma, so she doesn't have to evolve.
I didn't say I like it. See, don't put words in my mouth. Please don't do that. Okay?
He doesn't want to evolve. That's
real quick, let me say this.
I feel like when things happen, they're going to happen.
Hold on. Let Miss Tiffany finish. I'm coming to you, Miss Kels.
So real quick, let me say this.
Hold on, Miss Kels. Go ahead, Miss Tiff. Finish.
Well, everybody has.
Yes, I have been through a lot. Okay. But no human can help me, and that's how I feel. Okay. Now you might see something different. You might feel something different. That's your business.
Right.
Just respect me as I'm respecting you.
All good. Miss Kels, talk to me.
Okay, so what I was about to say is, one, everybody has free will, and your truth, Miss Tiffany, is your truth. At least you're honest with yourself, and if you want to work on it, you will. If you don't, you don't. But it's not my place to tell you what to and not to do. All right, so to go back to the previous comment that I wanted to answer on, so the whole thing, about the biblical verse about 7 women, with 1 man, I understand that. So I prefer poly, because I feel like it builds the community, it builds the home, and things are amazing. My current partner, that's not for him. He's like, hey, right now, I'm dealing with you. And I respect that. But I also want him to know, like, hey, if you ever meet someone that you really, really like, I don't want you to feel like you got to hide this from me. Because we don't have any secrets to my knowledge. I mean, everybody has their whatever, but I feel like we have a very open and honest and respectful relationship. We get along. Like, I am blessed because, I found someone that's very, very handsome, very, very kind, very, very loving, very financially well off. Like, I just, like how they say, hit the lottery, so just an amazing person. And, he was raised in a 2-parent home, mother and father. They've been married for, eons. Yep. And, he got to see what he do want, what he don't want, what he will tolerate, what he won't tolerate. But, like, we have the connection to the point where, like, and this is how comfortable me and my partner is. He will take a poop and send it to me. I'm like, hey, babe, you see something in this? You think this all right? And if I say, man, you're fine, don't. Or I could say, hey, you need to go to the doctor. To have a man that comfortable with you, where he's willing to send you.
It's hard to whoop that.
So it makes all difference, and always perfect. And
hey, somebody's, hold on, is that your phone, Miss Kells? Is that your phone?
Whenever he's on 5. What did it do?
It was like
cutting out and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, probably my battery's trying to die. I probably need to get on the. I'm sorry, my battery's probably. I need to probably put it on the charger. But I say, at least you know your truth.
I agree. Yeah. Listen, I got a question for you real quick.
That's best for them.
I got a question for you, Miss Kells.
Me?
Yeah. I understand your premise. I understand your stance. Would you be open to just dating this man and only him? Like,
of course, like however he wants to do it, because he leads and I follow.
Okay, I got better understanding now.
Yeah. Now I prefer to have someone else because I feel like it builds the home, and it's better. But if that's not what he wants to do, then that's fine.
Okay, hold on, really quick. Hold on. When you say you prefer to have somebody else, you mean like 2 men?
God, no. What do you think? I'm a freak?
That's what I'm trying to see. Like, I'm like, yeah. When you said you would prefer to have someone else, you mean him have a couple more girls or something?
Another partner, yes. I would be 100% fine with that.
Got you.
And because, also he travels a lot. And I have no other, that's my best friend. Like, literally my best friend. Like, when he's on travel, please believe I'm in that ear nonstop if I don't decide to go. But with that being said, like, sometimes, you get bored and lonely. I could go do a nail date. We could go out to eat, laugh, have fun, go back to the house, make sure, things are in order. But, because he is my best friend. And people a lot of times think that whenever you're in a relationship with multiple people, that everybody got to do something with somebody, and that's not true. Think about women that's been friends for like 40 years. You know what I'm saying? But we get so jealous of each other, and I feel like I'm comfortable and confident enough in myself and who I am as a person that at the end of the day, I feel like what like not necessarily what's meant for me is gonna be for me, but like I know who I am and I know how I operate and I know how I move. I'm very strategic in everything that I do, everything.
Miss
And I wouldn't mind it, but the man, I guess I'm a little bit old fashioned because I feel like the man leads and I follow. So if he chooses, like, hey, I want to have two of you guys, I'm completely fine with that. No fuss, no fight. Like, I would love to take a night off of cooking. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to cook 7 days. I can cook three. Hell yeah. But if he decides, like, no, I just want to build with you. I'm fine with that too because this is my best friend. There's nobody in this world that I want more than that person. And women say that they're the prize, but I feel like I've won.
there's no doubt about that. Miss Darlena, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I guarantee you my incense smell better than all of y'all's incense. I'm just being honest. I'm just saying. Listen, my question with you, I know your stance pretty much too. Uh, uh, do you, okay, so your perspective on living a poly life, what do you, or is it under the premise of your man having 2 or 3 women?
Whatever he desires. I was actually in a poly situation for like 10 years, and I actually loved it. So
What happened?
at the end, the girl wanted to leave her husband for me, and I just wasn't. That wasn't part of the plan.
I could see how that could happen. Bonds being built and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a poly triangle. See, I would do like poly V.
Explain.
I
Elaborate.
don't know the difference. I'm sorry.
Hold on, Miss Tiff.
Whenever you
Hold on, Rick. I got somebody else. Miss Tiff, you got anything else for me?
No, not at all. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Hey, I appreciate you. Do your thing, sweetie.
You too.
Bye.
All right.
You too, my beautiful queen.
Go ahead. Elaborate on that for me.
So one is like a triplet whenever you have 3 partners and all 3 of those partners are in an active, what do y'all call it? Mexual for TikTok? Mexual
Yeah.
relationship with each other. Where everybody is touching everybody. Everybody loves everybody. Everybody's growing a family. All 3 may sleep in the bed together and do stuff. So that's your triple, that's your triangle. Then you have poly V, where there's 1 man and 2 women, and these 2 women, they're like sister wives. They're not mexual with one another, but they have a really, really good and close friendship, lovehood, sisterhood. So one set is like sisters, the other set is like lovers.
Right.
Okay, I think I desire more like a sisterhood type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So listen, Miss Darlena, how adamant are you about that? Could you be in just a straight up one-on-one relationship, monogamous relationship with a man for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I can, but I like women, and I can't deny that.
Oh, so I see what you're saying. So you're talking about the ability to be able to, the women to deal with each other as well.
Yes.
Okay, so would that conflict with your desire for your man? Because I've done reading, and when women are attracted to each other, that thing is powerful.
I don't think so. I just desire feminine energy. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that I can't come to him about, or he's not going to give me the response and stuff. I just love a woman. So.
Yeah, she has elements that are that supersede way past the sex part. She definitely has elements about her that healing elements and all of those. I'm talking about just the sound of her voice, just the confidant aspect of it. So I definitely get what you're saying. Are you in a relationship right now?
Yes, I am.
It's not poly?
No, I think I'm trying to get him more comfortable with doing so because he never really dealt with a situation. Because before he always had a lie, seat and chill. So now I'm just like, I'm open to it. So
that's going to be that's going to be something that's probably going to be very difficult. Like I date a certain way. It's not poly, but I date a certain way, and what I found is the women who are into what I'm into it's really difficult for them to deal with regular men. So what I found out, the situations that have worked best for me is when a woman saw it in me, and I think it's difficult to turn somebody into something that you're into. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I really, I don't know. I just know, like, just based off the conversations, like, he's out and about, he meets women. He said now that he's like so honest about it. He said women don't want to seem to deal with him or want to take on that. So, um, he doesn't even know how to go about to even bring another woman in, or should he lie about it and later on tell her? And he asks me all the time, like, how does he bring someone else in? So
how come you don't bring her in?
To myself, because based off that last situation, with that girl and the things flipped and stuff, I'm a little weary of people right now. But I feel like as time going on, I need to be able to trust people. I'm a calm, collective person. Love to help people. I'm there for people. So I just haven't ran into anyone that I felt, could be that other person. So
yeah, I mean, it's not my thing, but I think I don't think a man will have trouble with it. There's a woman who, like, she meant the world to me, and I'm busy a lot, and it kept me from really giving her what she wanted from me. But the situation, basically a situation where you've been dealing with each other for probably 10 years, and when we first said, no, we're gonna really try to pull this thing off this time. I don't know if you guys know. I believe you guys know this. When a man selects a woman, this is why I say a man's single status is more valuable than a woman's single status. Because the things that a man relinquishes are the things that men are supposed to go through. Our bachelor status, things of that nature, having our own place and being able to bring women in at our helm and our whim. Being responsible for only our lives, things of that nature, moving as we please, things like that. It's very, very important. Men are supposed to go through a phase like that in their lives where they have their own bachelor pad, where they experience, women. That's how we get our education and things like that. Inadvertently and subconsciously, when you guys have problems locking men down for long-term relationships, sometimes even they don't know it. But there's a thing that's holding them back from saying, yes, I want to be in a monogamous long-term with you. And it is their freedom. Men's freedom and all that comes with it, all that it entails, our ability to have our own crib, our ability to pick up our phones whenever we want to, our ability to be able to only provide for us, to have to be only responsible for only our well-being. And I'll say this too, our bachelor status. That stuff is very, 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 very important to a man's developing stages, right? This woman, she said something when we finally decided to lock in, and this goes back to you guys' point. This is why I said I don't think you guys are going to have problems. When we acknowledged we're going to really give it a shot, she said this, and it was this. I wouldn't do her like this because she's a perfect woman. Like, literally, she's perfect. I've dealt with 3 perfect women in my life. Perfect. Perfect. She said, and it was out of nowhere. It came out of the blue. She said, I know men. She said, I know you're going to do some things. She said, don't ever bring me anything back, and don't ever have a child on me. Listen, I'm a very disciplined man. I kind of look down on men who have to, who don't have any actual discipline. It's I don't know. That's not my thing. Even though I had no intentions on going out on side of her, the fact that she threw that out there, I can't even really describe what it did to me at that moment. It allowed me to know, it gave me the understanding that I didn't just lose my freedom. Do you guys kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A man losing that degree of freedom is a problem. And it's why a lot of you don't know this. It's why a lot of you are having trouble. It's not that he's not crazy about you. Our freedom is the stages a man is supposed to experience. When she said that, even though I didn't have any intentions because she's a very soft and she's a very elegant woman. When she said it, something clicked in my mind that allowed me to be able to fool myself and say, I'm not losing my freedom. And that's what a lot of you guys are facing. It's not that you're not a good woman. You're taking that man's freedom.
It's funny as you say that. Would you be mind open, like talking to him? He's in the other room. You know, maybe you can provide something, or maybe he can.
No problem.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Miss Kels,
Yes, sir.
did you kind of understand where I was coming from?
I did.
That thing is very important to us, and it's why a lot of women have trouble. You know, they don't know. They think it's something with them that this man won't lock them down. That's not it. You stealing my prized possession away from me, my freedom.
Okay, here he is.
Hey, how you doing, good brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, my life is amazing. I can't complain. Listen, we were just having a conversation, man, about the aspects of poly, and you know, I kind of date a different way. I want to see if you agree with this. The issue that most women, they don't know it. They may think that it's something wrong with them, things of that nature. Why she can't lock this man down, things of that nature. What I was telling them was, a man is supposed to experience stages in his life. One thing that we hold very dear is our bachelor status. It's an abundance of freedom. I only have to worry about providing for myself. I only have to worry about protecting for myself. I have my own crib, my own finances, things like that. I can entertain women as I please, you know. And the moment that a man decides, yes, I'm going to go ahead and be in a long-term relationship with this woman, it almost some way feels like he's restricted from all of the other goodies of the world. Do you think that most men feel like that?
Yes, I totally agree.
Okay, so my question to you is, this happened to me. A woman who means a lot to me. She means a lot to me, even still. After we decided to go ahead and give it a shot on a serious level, she said something to me that I wasn't even expecting it. She said, listen, I know men do things. She said, so listen, don't ever bring me any diseases and don't ever have a child on me. And brother, it felt like shackles of fear dropped off of me right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Could you ever picture yourself being in a situation where you entertain more than one woman?
Can I picture myself in a situation where I entertain more than one woman?
And they knew about each other. It was just that situation that you guys had.
Oh no, I've never been in that situation until now. Actually,
right.
To be honest with you, like I've always been. It's pretty much restriction. It's like once you get with them, you don't touch nobody, don't look at nobody, don't smell nobody, don't do nothing. So honestly, when I was presented with this, it's almost kind of like a setup. It's kind of like too good to be true. It's more like, it's like, do I go for it or not? Because you know you don't want to hear the bickering and the arguing later on. So you know this is kind of new to me. I'm used to sneaking and lying.
No doubt.
You know, because when you do try to tell the truth, it's like. I've tried it multiple different, experiments with different women, I get the conversation going, they feeling me, they interested, but as soon as I tell them, yeah, I got someone at home and she's cool with it. And, she actually wants to, to be part of it. All of a sudden they ain't interested. So, I always used to lie because I always realized women they couldn't handle the truth.
No doubt.
Even when you tell them the truth. Like, so I just, I was used to that. So when I was actually presented with this is more like, oh, wow. Okay.
So you think as the fibers of who you are, you think that the man that you are, you just the top caliber man that you have this one woman who belongs to you and you don't need any outside situations coming into that?
Oh, I mean, as far as women, yeah. I mean, we all need a village, So... And I look at it like it's way more. It's decent women out here that it's not enough decent men for them.
Right. Well, there in America alone, there's 3 million more women in America than there are women, right? Than there are men. Yes. In the African American community, there's 2 million more women than there are men. So this is why I tell people. Women who do latch on to a good man, you got to hang on to that thing because you can line them up, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. By the time that you ran out of men, you would still have 2 million more women.
Yep. and it's like I said, somebody, it's kind of unrealistic in today's time. Because like I said, it's like every woman wants a good man. Mm-hmm. Every woman speaks of that, but it's not too many to go around. So what's going to happen at the end of the day? Y'all going to unknowingly be in a polygamous relationship unknowingly, eventually, because you be with one chick, okay, you can turn down all the women you want, but out of all the women that's gonna come at you, you're gonna like one.
Right.
You're gonna like one other. And it's gonna be for totally different reasons than what you got at home. And that's okay. That's cool. But it's just unrealistic. I feel like it's unrealistic in today's time.
I think I agree with you. I think you move a lot like how I'm. But I want to point out something that he said that some of you guys probably didn't pick up on. God designed men and women different because he had different assignments for us, right? Men are protectors, providers, and of that nature. In order for us to execute what he wanted us to be, we have vision. Now, some of you guys probably didn't pick up on what he said. He was thinking ahead, like, is it going to be bickering, arguing? See, that's what men have to do. We have to think ahead about the things that could come with this thing that's not going to be in my favor. You know what I mean? And that's a very realistic thing, for real. Because now you got problems on your hand, and it's going to be tougher to deal with them and extinguish them and put them out now that you brought this thing together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What I tell people is if it's not you, it's not you. I agree.
Now you got to throw them both away and get a whole new lineup.
Yeah, I agree. And see, listen, it's not in a man's nature to be going with all of that squabbliness. That's not in a man's nature. It's too much for us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real with you. I was in a situation where there was, like 5 women in my life, right?
Ooh.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Like the main chick who did everything that I needed her to do, people were jealous of. The other women was jealous of her, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm having to check this one, and then when I check this one right here, then the main chick, and see, it really takes a lot. That stuff takes a lot. And what I would advise anybody to do, men know who men are. We know what all we have in us. Whatever your capacity is, navigate that thing right. Whoever you know who you are, make sure that you don't ever have to give more than who you are, because that's when this thing starts to fall apart. It's like you said, it sounds good. Sounds like something too good to be true. You know what I mean? It could be. It end up being.
And it's a whole setup, and you'd be like, I fell for the bait.
Yeah, mess a whole lifestyle up, you know what I mean? But nah, I just wanted to holler at you, man, see where you was at with it.
Yeah.
Miss Kells. Miss Kells.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Listen, so let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about, now, Miss Starlina, she's been in a situation before like this. I don't know if you have, but have you ever thought about the things that could unfold that you didn't foresee unfolding that you wouldn't be comfortable with?
Of course. And I've been in poly relationships.
Okay.
But I think it's a level of maturity that you have to have. Like, I feel like if you have any type of selfishness or major insecurity problems, then of course it's not going to work.
I agree.
And it's not for everybody, and that's okay.
I agree.
Sometimes one man, one woman is all the world needs, and that's fine. But if you have both partners that's willing to be open to this and experience it and see, because a lot of people try to do it just for, a
I agree.
Type of way.
A buffet.
And that's not where I look at it. You know what I'm saying? I do it for, financial gain as well as mental clarity. We build a village. Like, the things that I've been able to accomplish in my short time here on this earth has been astronomical, and I'm blessed, and I thank my creator every day for it. But it's different things for different people, and it takes a whole nother level of maturity to be able to not feel a type of way whenever you see your partner with somebody else. And then also, we always make sure everybody feels, respected too, So there's limits to everything, I'm not going to be in the kitchen cooking and you come and grab her and lift her legs up and bang her out on the couch. So there's ways to handle things.
Listen.
And then also, like, say, for instance.
Go ahead.
But just say, for instance, like, okay, we were married, me, you, and Star all together. Right. We're a couple. and you come in and you bring her chocolate, and I'm sitting there and I get upset, like, you didn't bring me chocolate.
Right,
But
right.
then when I think, like, hey, I don't even like chocolate. Why am I upset about this? You know what I'm saying? So you may bring her chocolate one day and you may bring me flowers a different day. Like, I can't look at the things that you do for her and feel a type of way,
Right, right.
And once you understand that, it goes a long way.
I think you said you hit some very, 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 very important and pivotal points that I think are the absolute cure. I've preached this stuff, but it goes back to what you said. It takes mature ears to hear certain things and be able to assess whether or not it made sense. But the moment you say something, it's the selfishness. The moment that you say something that goes against somebody's selfish interest, they no longer even hear what you just said. The offense is the only thing that's stuck in their ears, right? What you were saying was, for one, this is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Some of you have cousins, little sisters, little brothers. You've given these individuals the greatest lectures on the planet known to mankind. It's just not working. You've given these lectures for 15, 20 years. I think we often get caught up trying to force something to be someone's cup of tea. And that's the very reason that it's not their cup of tea, because it's not their cup of tea and you're trying to convince them how it can be their cup of tea. There's a book called From Good to Great, by Jim Collins. Phenomenal piece of work. They went along they did research on companies that went on to be good and companies that were good companies but went on to be great. One of the companies brought in a hotshot CEO. You know how they do the theatrics, the hotshot firing spree that he's coming in. He's firing people left and right. And then there's another CEO from Japan. They took a completely different approach. They discovered these people in this rural town. They were working at some type of factory, some type of factory that had shut down. But the people were people of morals and things like that. They found out that they didn't have to give these people bonuses. They didn't have to give these people incentives to make them perform at higher work levels. It was who these people were. That degree of work integrity permeated in that small town. It's who they were. They came up, they said, opposed to giving profit sharing checks and things like that, what they found was the most important thing that a person can do is get the right people on the bus the first time. They came, one guy was slacking at the job regularly. It's known to slack.
And Myers.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, that's Briggs and Myers.
Okay. They caught a guy slacking at the job or whatever. These people chased him out with pitchforks because it wasn't in them to slack. It's not who they are. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to, people who have to kind of be persuaded about this lifestyle, that's probably going to be an issue because it's not who they already were. What are your thoughts on that, Miss Darlena?
I agree.
Listen, let me ask you this. If your man said that he wasn't with that, would you be okay with, some fun nights sometimes? Sometimes you guys were at a bar, you bumped into a cool girl, brought her home. Would you be okay with something like that? Not all the time, not often, but
Yeah, I would. I don't know if it's necessary to be local. It'd have to be like us out on a trip or something like that.
Right.
But I'd be open to it.
Would you be cool if that wasn't a part of your life at all? That it was just you and him one-on-one forever?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's why I asked you that. That's deep. That's real deep. Do you think there's an instance where you would prefer to be with a woman only?
No.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's very interesting. What conclusion have you come to? Because you have two major components that are very important to your life, but you seemingly might not be able to have both of them. And both of them are essential to your life, as it sounds like.
Yeah, they are, but I still be like, even with that last situation.
Well, you say I could change him. I could change him.
Yeah, like, I'm like, what did I go wrong? And it was perfect for me. I was just like, fuck. So I don't know.
Listen, let me ask you a personal question. The man that you're with right now, on a scale of 1, we you know we're raw here.
Mm-hmm.
His value to you on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna say a 10.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Would you be willing to deal with him one-on-one with no woman ever again?
I mean, yeah. Can I have friends?
Okay, I could go for that right there. Let me ask you: have you talked to him? Do you think he's okay with sometimes bring a woman into the bedroom?
I think so.
Okay.
Like I said, like he said earlier, he feels like it's a setup. So I just want him to get comfortable knowing that I'm not trying to set him up.
Okay.
You know, so it's just like I think he needs to get more comfortable with it, but I'm not.
I could change him. I could change him.
He's praying. I'm like, Lord, please take away.
Hey, you guys got any more questions? Interesting. Listen, I'm gonna ask you something. Would you?
What, babe? You don't think you're comfortable with it?
I'm comfortable with it. I've been having multiple women for years. That ain't the issue. It's just the fact I don't need the bullshit later on.
Exactly.
I don't need the reneging. Overall, I am very comfortable with it. I had 3-4 women rubbing on my chest at one time. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. It wasn't no love involved in that shit.
Yep.
So now we got love involved in this shit. And I like the love. I'm not trying to lose the love over that shit. It's one thing when you got 3-4 whores rubbing on you. It's another thing when you got a woman of your life that you actually care about.
No doubt. Very valid point. And that's going to have to be addressed. That's going to definitely have to be addressed.
It's not about me being comfortable about it. I'm very
So do you think I can handle it? Or you don't think I can
It's up to you. I don't know what's in your brain. And I'm not.
Have I reneged on anything?
It's not that. It's not that.
Oh my God.
It's just women act differently when it comes to that.
Emotional beings.
Yes. 1 minute you might see me rub her some type of way, and now you didn't rub me that way last night. Oh, you had sex with her harder. You came a lot with her, and you didn't give me enough. And it's just a lot. Like, so I don't need to hear the bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all all gonna get y'all equal share. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been doing this separately. It's just honestly the difference is now is I won't be spreading myself thin.
Right.
I have y'all all here. Everybody know. I don't have to tell. Oh yeah, damn. I gotta go to sleep, or I gotta cut my phone off. Nope. Such and such calling. Yeah, we sitting here eating Chipotle, chilling. You just made my life easier with me doing what I'm doing, and I can be me. So it's not that.
Okay. All right.
Listen, Miss Sterling, let me ask you this question. Do you understand? You may not admit it right now. Do you acknowledge that you could come to a place where you start switching up, and now he got to deal with that?
I don't think so. No, because I feel like I can talk to him about anything that's on my mind, bothering me and stuff, and which I struggled at before, and he's probably the only man that I've been able to just be like, babe, this is how I feel. You know what I mean? So you
don't see a situation where dealing with another woman, you start that thing start affecting you in his relationship.
No, as long as I'm getting mine.
Okay. Stand
but
on
I
business,
feel as though that's a man's part to facilitate that as well.
1,000%. That's what I was going to point out too. I want you guys to listen to how he's talking. He's talking from men are visionaries. God equipped us with vision to be able to see oncoming threats later on down the line and assess them way before they get here. Like that if you listen to how he's talking about the things that could come with this thing. And that's what men do. We don't really deal with problems like that. We're not really down with all of the unnecessary problems and stuff. And listen, if we're going to be honest, women come with problems because you guys are hyper emotional. Especially too, you guys are hyper emotional. Why do you think that there's so many women in the black community who have like 3 children by 3 different men? You guys can't control your emotions. A nigga can get on top of you after you've already had 1 child and that child inconvenienced your life. Your emotions are so liquid-like to where another nigga can get on top of you and be like, just let me let it go, babe. What he's really saying is this, just let me fuck your life up, babe. And you would say, yes, daddy. That's how liquid y'all's emotions are. Some women will even do it 3 times. and it's up to a man to govern your emotions. Do you believe that, Miss Darlene, that it's up to a man? A part of his job is governing your emotions?
Yeah. Because that's one thing I can say. He keeps me grounded. Because without him, I'm all over the place.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
More questions?
No.
Y'all subscribe.
I appreciate you.
Y'all subscribe to the YouTube show. We're not always on TikTok, but we on YouTube every day.
So I'm be on YouTube.
Yep. It's the real Stacey Prince on YouTube. Every day at 6:30. You already know. I appreciate you guys coming up and rocking out with me.
No problem.
Y'all take care.
You as well.
All right, you take care.
Good night.
YouTube. We had poor performance tonight, YouTube. What's really going on? We're going to go ahead and end the show. We got 2 super chats in 3 hours. I got to go back. There's no way that this could be right. You go to the super. No, it's real. People, we got to do better than this. We're up here 3 hours, and I'm embarrassed to even tell you, the show contributions. It's not really cool, people. Rock with us like we rock with you, but we're about to get up out of here. No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to my girl, Red Talk Anna, in this situation, rocking with us. Shout out to my girl Anna over here supporting the show on TikTok. My girl. Shout out to Will Fit, been navigating the show downtown. I appreciate you, my brother, always. What? Oh, okay. And salute to Miss Tiff for coming up and keeping it real with us, too. Hold on, what y'all down there? What y'all doing down there? What's going on? Hold on. What's up with all of the women down here talking about I wish my man was open to it? See, men are governors. There's a lot that comes with that. There's a lot that comes with it. I've dealt with it before. It's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. Hey, y'all down there snapping? My girl Tattoo over here in this situation supporting the show on TikTok. Cuban mix up in this piece. You already know what it is. Shout out to Starlina sending love to the show. My people over here on TikTok snapping. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Miss Starlina dropping that love on us. Girl over here setting it off. I appreciate the show support. Do your thing then, Tattoo. Okay, so what? Miss Starlina saying I might need a drink. Maybe I do then, my girl. Cuban mix up in this mix. Butterfly, baby. Those of you who are on YouTube and you have not already subscribed to the show, subscribe to the hottest show online. Make sure you get notifications whenever we're live.
Communicate. Yes, man. Yes, man. Walk.
Appreciate my ladies over here supporting the show on TikTok, setting it off.
Welcome to Death Row.
Bang, 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 bang. Daddy, bang.
You know what? guys really down there going back and forth about this poly thing, huh? Miss Kels, what's going on down there? Butterfly baby, what's your questions? Guess I got 5 more minutes. What's your question, butterfly baby? Truth jumping in, supporting the show over here on TikTok. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Ms. Butterfly, if you want to come up, you can click the link down in the chat and I'll bring you up on YouTube. You guys got chaos going on down here. What's going on? Truth of the matter over here rocking with us, supporting the show. This is my girl popping us off with the money machine. Right back at you, love. I appreciate you supporting the show. Listen, y'all really down there setting it off in these comments. Who pissed in y'all's Cheerios today? This poly conversation got y'all going left. Truth of the matter, you already know. I appreciate my TikTok people over here supporting the show, going nuts. Why is it so hot in here? My girl Red Talk. Hold on, you know what? What's been up with my girl? I appreciate you. My cat's sending love over here. TikTok showing love at night. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you guys. There's times where I wish that I didn't believe my faith went against poly, because I probably have 2 women. I think it would be amazing, because I think if you listen to what Miss Kels was talking about, you know, most of the relationship dilemmas come by way of lack of shattered of trust. Like when you remove incentives to lie and things like that, but it just goes against my faith is all, you know. I appreciate it. Anna over here supporting the show. My people are down here going nuts. I mean, those of you at poly, it's not for you. It's just not for you. You already know, RJ. You already know. Yeah, listen. You know what? I think you know the two women who came up here tonight. They sound like classy women, in my opinion, right? I don't know if you can judge people for how their view is because if we're gonna be honest, from what we heard, their lives are probably. I'm just being respectful. Their lives were in better shape than probably 80% of you of America. Period. Look at our marital rate. Look at our marital rate. It's approaching 60%. The divorce rate is approaching 60%. Insane. I think it's around 62. These people have found someone who accepts them for who they are. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, it goes against my faith, but I sure like to have a whack at it. Yeah, I agree. I agree, RJ. I agree. Miss Shauna Moore in this situation. Those of you who have not subscribed to the show on YouTube, listen, there's times where TikTok kicks us off of TikTok, so you won't see us for about a week, but we're live every day on YouTube. So those of you who have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you're missing out on the hottest show online. Every day, 6:30. But listen, what I'm going to tell you ladies again is, before we wrap this thing up, you don't want to, a lot of you guys are waiting till your beauty starts diminishing for you to get serious about finding you a long-term life partner. I've said it once and I'll say it again. That is the equivalent of you having $7,500 going out on vacations with you and the girls, going to some bars, wait until you got till you have $800 left, then deciding to go to the Gucci store. You're not going to be able to get the best that Gucci has to offer with $800. You should have went to Gucci when you had the $7,500. That's your guys' looks. Don't be waiting till your looks start diminishing for you to start selecting your long-term life partner. If you start selecting your long-term life partner when your looks are still up there, when you don't really have any kids, or when you only have one, something like that, you can get a better selection of quality man. It's just like shopping, people. You guys should know this. It's something that we can't understand because look at the magnificence of a woman. Look at the magnificence of a woman. Look at all of the attention she can attract. You guys are supposed to be utilizing your youthful beauty and looks. That's when it's prime time to go to the Amazon Amazing Man store and buy you a man. Because with your youthful looks and your beauty and the limited amount of trauma that you've had because you haven't been on the dating highway for extensively periods of time, you haven't went out there and had 2-3 children by three different men. When you go to the Amazon Amazing Man store with that dating money, you can get top shelf. But if you wait to where you had 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men, your attitude is a little bit fuzzy because of all that you went through the whole time you were out there on the dating highway, experiencing interaction with this man, this man. He's a compulsive liar. He's stolen from you a couple of times. This guy beat on you a couple of times. This guy cheated on you a couple of times. Now, you don't know it, but you have sort of a behavior about yourself. Now you're trying to go purchase your man with all of those things. You're only going to be able to afford a lower tier man. And then you're going to complain when you can only afford a lower tier man, but you're not acknowledging that that's what you can afford because now you are on the clearance rack. The type of man who would accept a woman who has 3 children by 3 different men, a woman who's gained significant weight, right? A woman whose looks have already started declining, he's going to be a lower tier man. Higher tier men, they don't have to select that. They have better options. And all of us, throughout our everyday journeys throughout life, when we walk outside, we seek to do the absolute best that we can do. When we go grocery shopping, we seek to get the best deals that we can get. When we travel home, we seek to go the route that provides us the most efficient route. We all seek to do the best that we can. Men who don't have to, who are handsome, who have their money together, who have their confidence level intact, and women have demonstrated to them that they are top tier men. They don't have to deal with a woman who has 3 children by 3 different men, a woman who has gained significant. They don't have to do it. So they're likely not going to. But when you get a hold to the type of man who you really do qualify, you'll look down on him and you don't even know that man is probably a little bit better than you, if not your equal. So ladies, what I'm telling you is stop waiting. Stop waiting until your dating value starts going down for you to start selecting going out shopping for men. That's when you start getting men that you're not satisfied with. All right, people, well, we're about out of here. Those of you, this is your first time rocking with us, hit that subscription button, hit the notification bell. It'll alert you every time we go live, which is 6:30 Pacific Standard Time every day, or 7 in between. And we're out of here, people. Miss Kells, in this situation, you take care.